Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Back-to-back wins by the New York Knicks. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel good about it. We got the tanks, the wanksters in the house that want the Knicks to tank. But I feel good about it, and so should you. Let's get busy. We got a video chat already forming right now. We got Viv, we got Aunt G, we got Isaiah in the house. And we're gonna talk about these back-to-back wins by the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get to it. But before we get there, man, I just want to revel in it for a second. I want to revel in it. Got 13 wins on the season now. You know what I'm saying? And it's nice. It is nice to get back-to-back wins over a team, must I say, that we've had trouble defeating all season. Let's just admit it. The Orlando Magic, they've had our number all season long. Every time we've played the Orlando Magic this season, they've made us look pretty bad. Not tonight though. We can feel good about that. Not tonight. And maybe there's some things starting to get through with these guys. I don't know. We'll see what's going on with them. Look, as much as people want to say tank, it's also good for these guys to show that they can compete. Because if we want to be players in free agency, we can at least tell some of these guys that we want to come here that there's some pieces that can play with them. Mitchell Robinson being one of them. We're going to talk about that guy, man, because the young kid, the young boy is coming into his own. He's growing right in front of our eyes. He's still running around and looks like a little kid, arms flailing everywhere, right? Arms going all over the place like little kids look, but just think about that, though. He doesn't even look like a fully developed adult playing on the floor, and he's able to get 17 points, 14 rebounds, and I forgot how many blocks he had tonight in an NBA game. The kid is going to be very good pickup great move by Scott Perry with Mitchell Robinson and all these young guys. We're going to talk about a couple of other young guys that's on the floor that Scott Perry and Steve Mills was able to scout out and pick up. Proud of this win. I am. Just like I was proud of the San Antonio win. I'm proud of this win tonight. And it means a little bit more because these teams are fighting for playoff position. They're fighting for playoff position. And for the Knicks to even compete with one of the youngest teams in the league, to even compete against these guys when they're fighting for playoff position means a lot. It really does. You know what I mean? Because these guys are trying to play at the top of their game. These other teams are trying to play at the top of their game. And for the Knicks to prove that they can compete with them when they're playing at the top of their game starts to make you think and wonder what this team could be if we add some pieces. You know what I'm saying? We add some pieces, but also keep these young guys together and let them gel. Just saying. But let's talk, man. Let's go ahead and get to this video chat. Talk to some of these dudes here. You see we got Viv, Isaiah, Aunt G. We got somebody else we about to add into the chat. Let's see who this is. I forgot my man's name. I think it's Ronnie. Add into the chat. We got another new brother in the chat. We got Who's Mark in the chat. We got Ron Cleveland coming into the chat. We got Nate coming into the chat. And all of a sudden, we filled up. We filled up the chat. Everybody just, that's what's up. Ron Cleveland, haven't seen you in a while, my man. What's popping?
Man.
What's going on with you, bro? How you feeling?
Man, hey, I feel great, man. I love being on Nick Pockets. Well,
Yeah, you, you,
yeah. Hey, Tim.
what's good? What's up? I
Hey,
hear you.
hey, you remember what I told you about Mitchell Robinson way back in the summer league?
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked, man. I'm not shocked. You can't teach what the kid has, man. And we got it. And I'm loving it. And I really don't care where we fall at in the lottery. I'm telling you right now, I don't play basketball to lose. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care where we fall. I'm telling you right now, I want to win. You don't play basketball to lose, man.
I feel you.
What's that?
Hey, trust me, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that 100%, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't
I
play
take I,
basketball.
I take the wins, man. I take the wins any day. You wanna build a culture. Where the Knicks playing right now, Sam, I won't be surprised if we win 5 games. At least
say,
5 more.
say that again. You won't be surprised if what?
Yeah, I won't be surprised if we win 5 more games this season.
Okay. Hey, I mean, right now, the
Hey,
team
hey,
is.
who's Mark? Hey, Sam. Mark said I'm trying to steal his thunder, but Mitchell Robinson. I doubt that. I know I was one of the first person to say that about Mitch, that he was gonna get. You remember I said he was
I,
gonna get Canada up out of here.
I remember it.
I said
Listen.
he was gonna be the reason Canada was gonna be gone.
Huh. I remember it. I remember it. No doubt about it. I remember it. And I know I was one of the ones who I really did think that Mitchell Robinson was going to need to spend some time in the G League, get in shape and all that kind of stuff. And the kid is proving me wrong. And I mean,
Mark, you did
I'm
say throw him
happy
in
as
there.
ever.
You said throw him in there. I tell you, man, I love what I'm seeing, man. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you this: anybody who want to question this about being a developer of players, man, that shouldn't even be a question no more. Spears is a developer of players, man. And if you look at our defensive rating since the month of February, the Knicks defensive rating, we're like ninth in the league.
Okay. Well, that's something to take a look at. Definitely something to take a look at. Nothing that we can argue about. Really, there's nothing we can argue about, man.
And don't sleep on Trey neither. Give Trey his respect too. Trey right there, man.
Troy had what, 18 points tonight? Yeah, we're gonna
18
go over the
points
box
tonight
scores, but yeah,
and
18
only
points
five
tonight.
shots. Only took 5 shots.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me get around to the crew and be back to you. Let me get around to the crew,
All
man.
right.
All right. Um, let me see. I'm gonna start at the top. Viv, what's popping, man?
Going on, Tim? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How you
Good,
feeling?
good. I'm good. Caught this whole game, caught the entire game, and you know, it's just amazing if you really think about it. Ignore the whole, the tanking conversation. Put that to the side for a while, and you really could, take a look at the team that we have. We won today because we basically our bench just literally carried this team to victory.
Bench.
And our bench pretty much were a bunch of cast-offs and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
If you really take a look at it, who do we have there? We had, Moutier. We had Henry Ellenson, cast-off. What was it? John Jenkins was in the lineup. Another cast-off. Also Trier. So, basically 1 second-round pick, one undrafted kid, and then the other three. So if people want to lose, this is the way you kind of do it. It's not like we're playing DeAndre Jordan 35 minutes a game or anything. We're not playing. I mean, we played Lance Thomas, but I understand why we played Lance Thomas minutes. It's more just for a team sanity perspective. But if you really think about it, we're winning games the way we probably should be winning games at this stage of the season. And we're giving important players minutes. Now, could you say, okay, why wasn't Dennis Smith Jr. in the game? Okay, that's a separate conversation we could have later in the chat. But last 2 games I've had no complaints with how we've played. We've pretty much played the way we were supposed to play, and as a result, we won games.
Yeah. Right, and for those who want to lose games, people who want to tank or whatever, this tells you right here that Fizdale's not tanking, right? Because if you're tanking, then you put a stop to the winning by taking out players that are doing well, and those type of things, and that's not happening. He's letting the guys play.
My question is, how do you even tank with this roster? I mean, who do you play? Do you play? You can't play Jordan because Jordan is out. I mean, that's the only thing I think of is just playing your vets as like a counterintuitive way because they're not good enough. They're flawed players in a sense. At least with the kids, we can at least they can have like some spark plug and just have a great game. Like I don't know how Fizdale can do anything to tank this at this stage of the season now.
I mean, the only way you can do anything to tank is when guys are doing well, take them out.
All right. I mean,
you know what I mean?
You could, yeah. Just don't play Mitchell Robinson, but I mean, even then, it's just
this last month, the month of February, the Knicks their defensive rating is 109.5. That's good for 9th in the league. That's the last month. The
Mitchell Robinson effect
of the season. In February so far, we've played how many games in February have the Knicks played so far? In February, the Knicks are 3-8 in February.
Right.
Right. They're 3-8. They played 11 games. They're 3-8. They got a defensive rating of 109.5. Which is, they're averaging 5.9 blocks per game in the last 11 games. In February, they're giving up 46.4 points in the paint, which is much less than they were giving up earlier in the season. Earlier in the season, they were amongst the bottom points in the paint. Right now, the Knicks are 7th in the league in opponents' points in the paint. 7th in the league, opponents' points in the paint. The Knicks are, the last month, they're 16th in opponent second chance points in the last month. It's not bad.
Actually, Sim, I got an idea.
It's not bad.
If the team really wanted to tank Sim, what they could just do, this would be the craziest thing, is basically buy out DeAndre Jordan. Because if everything that they've said about DeAndre Jordan being this big influential figure for Mitchell Robinson, which he has been, if he's been this figure in Mitchell Robinson's, development, if you get rid of him from the team, the development for Mitchell Robinson is just going to go down, and it may not, but that's like the only thing I could think of, from like a pure tanking standpoint,
Right.
Because he's made such a huge difference, and all the numbers you just mentioned, the 5.9 blocks, which I'm sure at least like 4 of them are Mitchell Robinson alone. The fact that they don't give us many points in the paint, that's really Mitchell Robinson. I forget what other defensive stat you mentioned. That is also Mitchell Robinson. They were just saying, I was watching a lot of the team is playing a lot better defense because of him. They're scared. Teams are scared to operate the paint and whatever, and they're giving other players an opportunity to be effective on the defensive end.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson is definitely, we're going to get to him. We're going to talk a lot about Mitchell Robinson. He's definitely having a big impact on the team. Let me get around. I'm going to come back to you, Viv. Let me get around to the crew.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ant, I'm coming to you, man. What's good?
Yo, man, this game, I'm like a mixed bag right now. I'm going to start. One, I never thought I would say this, but there's one untouchable on this team. It's not Kevin Knox. It's not Dennis Smith. It's not even David Fizdale. It's Mitchell Robinson. I don't care who it's for. I don't care if his name is Anthony Davis. I don't care. Mitch is reaching untouchable status in my opinion. I I mean, the kid is blossoming. Imagine what he's gonna be in 2 years when he puts on muscle. He could be a legitimate all-star. So to me, I'm not giving Mitch up for anybody. Not me. But we gotta chill out, man. We gotta get back to the competitive losses. I don't want to win too many.
I mean, but see, how do you expect the kids to develop if that's
I
what
like it.
Do?
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm conflicted. Like I like what I'm seeing. You can't be nothing but encouraged by what you're seeing. Like
right.
There's nothing like everything we're seeing is positive right now. But they're like the sinister side of me is saying like, but dang it, like I don't want to end up outside that top 3. After this whole season we went through, I feel like the worst case scenario is this whole season of losses, and then at the end of the year we added off a few wins, and we ended up freaking 5th or 6th. Like it feels good now, but if that would have happened come draft night, we'd be like, we'd be a little upset. So I like what I'm seeing. It's all positive, but if we can keep this up and stay top 3, I'll be golden. But I really like what I'm seeing, man. These young dudes, even Henry Ellison, to me, he's a better version of Luke Cornett because he's more versatile. That was my only beef for Cornett is he's not as versatile. Ellison can bring the ball up the court. He can guard 4s. He can guard some 3s. He's mobile. He can move with the ball in his hands. I like that. I like the lineup with him and Cornett on the court together. I like that idea. With Cornett at the 5. So, man, we've seen a lot of different stuff. DeAndre Jordan does not have to come back this year. He can just sit on the bench, help coach Mitch. And, man, let's just keep going, man. I just want to see some more competitive games. Let's not win too much. Like, let's not end a year with 23 wins or something crazy like that. Let's stay under 18, 17 wins, and I'll be good.
You said 23 wins. Look, we have 13 wins. We are 61 games deep into the season, right? So we only got 21 games to go.
Right. So like if we go 5, but I don't think we will. But just say we keep it up and we go 500 the rest of the way. We're at 22, 23 wins.
Okay.
So I want us to stay like under 18 and be competitive in all our games. And if we can do that, I'll be ecstatic.
Well, let's put it like this. You only got right now. There's 4 teams, if you want to say vying for the top 3 spots. The Knicks, the Cavaliers, the Bulls, and the Phoenix Suns. Right. Right now, the Phoenix Suns are 12-50. The Knicks are 13-48. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 14-47, and the Chicago Bulls are 16-45. Right. The next closest team to them are the Atlanta Hawks. They're 20-41. Then you got the Washington. You got the Washington Wizards who are 24-36, and then you got the Memphis Grizzlies who are 24-38.
So like we're pretty safe to stay within the top 5. I think.
Pretty safe. I think we're pretty safe to stay in that top 5.
But we need 3, man.
I think we're pretty safe.
Draft, in my opinion.
But I think we're pretty safe to stay in that top 3. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying.
Mitch, man.
I get what you're saying, man. But I love watching the Knicks win. You know, man. I love watching my guys win the ball game. Isaiah, what's up? What's good with you?
Hey, Sim. I don't know what's with everybody else. I'm with you. I like winning. I like seeing these young boys win because these kids, they work hard, man, and it gets depressing losing, man. I don't understand why people would think like these guys don't like to win. All NBA players came from winning situations for the most part. Most of them. So, that's depressing, man. It's all the time losing. Listen, it gets depressing for us. Sim, I know you get tired of coming here saying, well, the Knicks lose. Well, we got blown out. Well, we did this. That gets tiring, man. So I hate referring to people, but we are still the second worst team in the league. I don't like to hop on stuff like that because we just won. but we are still second in the league in take-a-thon. We only got 13 wins. I don't understand. We're like complaining about a few wins here. Let these young kids enjoy the wins, man. Can we enjoy that Mitchell Robinson had 6 blocks when he just said he could average 6 blocks, and he just got 6 blocks? Can we enjoy that? Can we, you know what I'm saying? It's just like people are saying like we should stop winning. We barely won this season. Like, I'm with you. I'd rather see us win. And here's the thing. Okay, Sim, people are talking about let's tank, right? Let's have the worst record. Do people understand the updated version of how the lottery system works? If you have number 1, you got 50% chance of getting the 5th pick.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
people got to understand that. People got to me personally, if you look at the lottery odds, the 2nd pick has a more balanced out. You got a better chance at getting. It's only 27% versus. Yeah, you got a 20% chance to get 6th pick. Got a 27% chance of getting the 5th pick. You know what I'm saying? So people got to understand, like, we're still top 3. That's all that matters. As long as you top 3, you still got the top 3 highest chances to get the number 1 pick. Listen, man, let's enjoy the wins. We got 13 losses. The Garden was rocking like it was a playoff game today.
I feel you.
You feel me? Like,
I feel you.
Let's just talk about why wouldn't a free agent want to come here? You got, like Mike Breen said today, if anybody watched the game, you wouldn't, if you heard the Garden today, you wouldn't think we only have 13 wins. You wouldn't think that. We the best fans in the world. Yeah, we won a couple games, but enjoy it. Y'all some miserable, bitter ass, no fun to mother effers. Y'all the type of people to go to the party and complain about the chips. If you don't go dance with a girl, just enjoy the game, man. Y'all, some of y'all with that. We got 13 wins. Let's enjoy it.
Let's enjoy it.
That's all I had to say about that.
I'm with it. Let's enjoy it. I'm with you, man. I want to enjoy it. You know, let's enjoy the wins and watching these young boys develop. That's what it is. We watching these guys develop. Let's watch these guys develop and learn how to play the basketball game, become legitimate NBA basketball players. It's not going to happen all in one season. It's not going to happen, in these remaining 21 games or whatever it is. But we can see a lot of things happening, and we can feel confident, that these guys are going to come back next season better players, because we see. Listen, there always comes a point when teams are a player is going to plateau, right? They're going to reach a certain level, then they can't reach anymore.
Hey, Sim, am I still on?
Yeah, you still on. For a lot of our players, it's not there yet. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of our players, there's still a lot of time for them to grow and become NBA players. And, right now is a prime time. And I think it's an important time for them because, like I said earlier, we're playing against teams. We have a lot of teams coming up in March. Look, for people who are worried about winning too many games, if you see our March schedule, and we're just about into March, you see our March schedule, it's a challenging schedule. And we'll look at that schedule. It is a challenging schedule, right? Chances are, and most likely, we're not going to win many games in March. Okay? So don't be afraid to root for this team. Don't be afraid to do it. Don't feel conflicted. Don't feel conflicted. Don't be afraid to root for them. Because they play a lot of playoff teams in March, teams that's going to be tough to beat, really tough to beat. So don't be afraid to root for these guys to get a win. Ronnie, I'm coming to you, man. About to come to you. Want to get your thoughts on the Knicks win tonight. What's going on, Ronnie?
What's going on, Sam?
I'm good, man.
Man, I enjoyed the win, man. I don't care what nobody says. I enjoyed the win. I enjoyed the win. That's all I got to say, man. I mean, I don't know if you watched the game, did you notice when Mitchell broke that tie and he put 101 to 100? Did you see the look on his face? It looked like, oh my God, we ain't supposed to be doing this. You know, that did you see the look on his face? He had like that dumbfounded look.
I didn't really catch it.
Hey man, go back and look at it. But you know, like you said, man, with the schedule we have, I think even if their game plan was to let loose, with the schedule we got now, is let these players play. Worst case scenario, we win half of the games. I mean, best case scenario, if we come out with half of the games, we're still gonna be in there for that first round pick. But at least it gives you a good sample of what we have and what our players are capable of doing.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I got for this game, man. I really enjoyed that win, man. And Mitch is a beast. We can't move him nowhere, man. He got to stay here.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Mitch, I hope that they don't move him anywhere. Let's just say that. You never know what's going to happen. And, Ant says, he's untouchable. I'm not ready to say he's untouchable.
Me neither. But I'm ready to say let him develop.
Yeah, of course. But
let him develop, man. I like the core that we have. It's like I tell people, you buy your players like you buy stocks. You don't buy them when they reach the top.
Mm-hmm.
You ride that wave because once they reach the top, man, they got to come down.
Right.
How long do players usually stay on their peak for? I mean, we could talk about LeBron James, but he's an anomaly. You know what I mean? Most of the players, they stay on their peak for 2 to 3 years, maybe 5 at the most, and then you out of luck. You know what I mean? You're trying to move that contract at the 4th or the 5th year. So,
yeah,
hopefully we stick to what we got, man. But yeah, man, let them players play the rest of the season. Best case scenario, we win another 5 or 6 games, man.
Right. And, like I always say, when talking about Mitch Robinson, he has 17 points, 14 rebounds, 6 blocks tonight. But I always say, no player is, in my opinion, no player is untouchable. There's something out there that any player in the league, and sometimes, it may be astronomical, of course, when you're talking about certain players, but any player can be traded.
Yeah.
And for the right price, any player will be traded. You know what I mean? That price may be crazy, but for the right price, any player can be traded and will be traded. But that being said, I don't want to trade the guy. I want to make sure that I want this guy to be here. All these young guys that are playing well, and if they play well down the stretch, it's going to make them, if the Knicks start, selling out a little bit come summertime and want to try to put together this super squad, then some of these guys might be prime trade bait because they're putting themselves in position to be prime trade bait. And I really don't want that to happen. But, I'm not dumb. I know that it can happen, and it will happen. If
this the thing with when we talk about trade this summer, the only trade that I would see coming to us would be the AD trade. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like AD is like buying a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? You're gonna overpay for it. Okay. And that's my issue with that trade is that we're always gonna give up more than we should have. Or any team that get him. The only team that I think could get him and not give up as much as they should for him is the Celtics, because they've been doing that for a long time.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And so
let's take a quick look. I want to take a quick look at the upcoming schedule. I'm gonna take a quick look at the upcoming schedule. I'm gonna come back to you, Ronnie, just to appease some people, so that people aren't, fretting. That's the right word. So some people aren't fretting, getting afraid, being scared. Take a look at this schedule here. You see March over here. And take a look at March. We still got Cleveland to finish out this month. And, the way we're playing right now, we might beat Cleveland. Right? We might get that win. Cleveland beat us the last game we played them. We might get that win against Cleveland. But now let's look at March. Let's say we beat Cleveland and we're on a 3-game win streak. All of a sudden, we take a trip and go to the West Coast. We got the Los Angeles Clippers. That's a tough game. We got the Sacramento Kings. That's a tough game. We got the Phoenix Suns. That's a possible victory. We come back home and play Sacramento. We play Minnesota. Karl Anthony Towns will most likely be back. Well, he came back into the lineup already. He'll be back in the lineup when we play Minnesota the next time. The next time we play him. Then we play Indiana. Not the same Indiana because of injuries, but Indiana's going to be tough nonetheless. We play the Spurs in San Antonio. San Antonio is fighting for a playoff spot. They're not going to let us come there and beat them, I don't think. If we beat them in San Antonio, we beat them again. You know? I would enjoy it anyway, but I'm just saying. I don't see that happening. We play the Lakers, who are fighting for a playoff spot. Play them at home. Play Toronto, Utah, Denver, the Clippers again, Toronto, Miami. This is a tough March schedule, a tough March schedule. So don't worry. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry at all. You know, because it's going to be tough for us to pull out a lot of victories with this March schedule. Trust me, it is. As well as we're playing right now, it's going to be very tough to pull out victories in March. So don't worry about it. Stay cool. Stay calm. All right, we're on the right path. Don't be afraid to root for the Knicks to win. Don't be afraid. Enjoy it. Just let your heart go. Let it out. Let it go. Root for your team. You know, you've been waiting for a long time to be able to root for these guys to win. Do it now. Don't worry about the tank standings, tankathon, and whatever thon you want to worry about. Don't worry about it. Just root for your boys to win. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a tough schedule, and most likely they're not going to win a lot of games in March. So don't be afraid to root for them. Don't be afraid to root for them. Let me get to a phone call, and I'm going to get back to the video chat. All right, caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping, my brother?
Hey, what's up, Sim?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
How you feel, man? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Feeling great about the Knicks. I like watching a win. I like watching a well-earned win.
Well-earned win? Yeah. Yeah, especially against a team that has, for the most part this season, as, you know, kind of ran over us.
Yeah,
every time we've played them.
It showed a lot of improvement.
Yeah, definitely shows improvement. You know, they've ran over us every time that we've played them. So for them to, get this victory over the Orlando Magic tonight, it means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Because this team has blown us out every time we've played them. You know what I mean? And we were able to pull out a nice victory. The Knicks win 108-103 over the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic, who are fighting for a playoff spot. Let me remind you, just looking at the Orlando Magic are 28-34. And listen, they're 28-34, so they're still not a very good team, but they're still fighting for a playoff spot. All right, and they were 7-3 in their last 10 games. They just came off a great victory versus the Toronto Raptors. And we beat them. Right?
Yeah,
they're in the 9th seed.
That's why I'm a little nervous. I mean, when you just went over the schedule, you read off some names that, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. But the Knicks always seem to win more games than they should. I mean, you got a young, hungry little bunch out there right now. I don't know. I mean, we haven't even added in Frank, and I kind of want to see Frank and Dennis Smith Jr. I think that's the lineup that, with his, with Frank's defense, he can cover up a lot of mistakes from Dennis Smith Jr. He's a scorer, so, I mean, I hate that. I don't hate having optimism, but I mean, the Lakers aren't a guaranteed win. I mean, we're gonna, Phoenix. That's not a guarantee. That's that's 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a couple teams in there. I mean, we already beat the Spurs, and pretty handedly. I mean, it wasn't like it was we kind of ran away with that game.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We did. We did.
mean,
I wouldn't expect.
The Clippers are good, but the Clippers also lost to Tobias Harris.
Right. But listen,
they're not as good as they used to be.
They're not. I wouldn't expect that the Knicks are going to go to San Antonio and win again after we did what we. Unless the matchups are just, unless the Spurs are just one of those teams that the Knicks, the current Knicks team, can just match up against them and we match up well. I wouldn't expect that.
I mean, it seemed like it. Well, I mean, look, Dotson bottled up DeRozan.
Yeah.
I mean, he got his points, but. Right. He didn't get his points the way he wanted. Mm-hmm. He had to fight through Dotson a little bit. I mean, I just want to have optimism. I think that guy's right. I think the Knicks are going to win about 5-6 games.
Okay.
That's all I want to say about it.
That's okay though. If they win 5 or 6 more games, I really do think the Knicks are
going to win 5-6 more games this year.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool though. Listen, if they win 5 to 6 more games, for those who are worried about tanking, it's gonna keep them in that. It's gonna keep them in that top 3, or not top 3.
I'm not worried
3.
about.
It's gonna keep them in the bottom 3.
I'm not worried about that top 3 because, to be completely honest, I think Zion's a great player, and if we got that number 1, he's the guy we take. It's New York and Zion. We'll just sell tickets on that. Yeah. But if we get the 3rd pick, there's like 4 or 5 guys in there that'll fit in that shooting guard slot that we actually need.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if we can fit in one of like that guy out of Gonzaga, Hachimaru or whatever his name is, if we could get our hands on either Cam Reddish or R.J. Barrett, what's that other kid?
Yeah. Well,
anyways, I don't want to waste the time with college talk, but I'm just saying there's like 3 or 4 good players that are going to be in that shooting guard spot in the top 5 that I wouldn't be mad about getting because we got it. I mean, we got an up-and-coming center. Kevin Knox gets his buckets. I mean, we got Dennis Smith and Moutier, and it's not guaranteed that Dennis Smith starts. Moutier's outplaying him the last 2 games. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
and Frank.
That's a good point.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And later on in this show, we're gonna go over and do it. We're gonna take an initial look at mock draft because we're about to start moving into the draft watch. Okay, so we're gonna take an initial look, but that's later on. Right now, let's just do a quick recap of the game. All right, you see the Knicks, as in usual fashion against the Orlando Magic, were down 14 after the first quarter. And it looked like this was going to be the same old, right? The Knicks down 34-20 after the first quarter. But then they bounced back in the second. They bounced back. They won the second quarter 36-27. Third quarter, they win 29-22. And then they play ball in the fourth quarter. They hooped. They really did hoop in the fourth quarter. They really did hoop. They won it 30-13. 30-13. Had the Garden rocking tonight. The biggest lead by the Orlando Magic was 16. The biggest lead by the Knicks was 6, but that's all they needed. The Knicks won the rebounding battle 51-47 in large part to Mitchell Robinson. And Mitchell Robinson, let me tell you, in the beginning of the season, man, I was a little bit worried on whether or not this guy was going to be able to rebound for us. And I wasn't really worried about this season, but I was worried about the future. And he's proven that he can be a rebounder, and he will be a rebounder because Mitchell Robinson's been rebounding the basketball. The Knicks had 51 rebounds tonight. Won the rebounding battle over the Orlando Magic. They only had 17 assists tonight. They didn't shoot too well from the field. 11 steals, 7 blocks, 6 of them by Mitchell Robinson. Only 10 turnovers. The Knicks have taken care of the ball all season long. The Knicks shot 42.7% from the field, 38 for 89. Partially explains those 17 assists, I guess. They only shot 29.2% from the three-point line. They were 7 for 24. They shot 78.1% from the stripe. The Orlando Magic, they were 43.8% from the field, 34.4% from the three-point line, and 70% from the stripe. The Magic had 47 rebounds, 26 assists, 6 steals, 7 blocks, and 16 turnovers. Needless to say, the Knicks capitalized, and 16 turnovers isn't crazy, but the Knicks capitalized on some of those turnovers. Take a look at the box score, because there's a lot of numbers to talk about in this box score for the Knicks, especially off the bench. Right, when you take a look at the starting crew for the New York Knicks, Kevin Knox did not have a great game tonight. You know, it's going to be on and off for Kevin Knox. No doubt about it. It's going to be on and off. He's a young guy. 8 points tonight. Shot 18.8% from the field. 18.8% from the field. Had 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Lance Thomas, he's playing some minutes. 14 minutes tonight. 3 points. He wasn't the all-star Lance Thomas that we seen against San Antonio. But Lance Thomas had 3 points, 2 rebounds. Noah Vonleh, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy how quickly things can change in the NBA? Just a few weeks ago, we were talking about Noah Vonleh and how he is, how he was, playing so well. He would, at one point, we were like, this kid has been our best player. Now, you barely mention his name. And for all those who advocated trading him at the deadline, you were right. Trade him. Because what he's doing now. But maybe there wasn't much of a market for him. Who knows? But, that's just how quick things can change in the NBA. Damian Dotson, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. We had questioned the other night on whether or not Damian Dotson can average 20 points per game for the remainder of the season. And you see tonight, 6 points. Dennis Smith Jr. played 21 minutes. He had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Emmanuel Mudiay is hoping. The Prince came on the other night, and he said Emmanuel Mudiay is playing for his NBA life, and that he is doing. Had 19 points tonight. He had 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Shot 44.4% from the field. But you know what? Look, the way that things are going, I'm not going to start him. I'll continue to do it, keep it the way it's going. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, you're playing well. Why substitute him just because he scored a few points the last few games? Why put him in the starting lineup? He can still get 30 minutes off the bench. What matters is who's in the game come down the stretch. That's what matters. Keep the rotation the way it is. That's what I say. Keep the rotation the way that it is. Mitchell Robinson. Star of the game, in my opinion, for tonight. The player of the game for tonight, in my opinion, is Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, 17 points, 6 for 9 from the field. He shot 5 for 6 from the line. He can hit it from the line. He can knock it down from the stripe. 14 rebounds, 3 steals, 6 blocks. That man, Mitchell Robinson. The boy, hey, I'm proud of this kid, man. I'm proud of this kid. And he is a kid. You see him on the court, he looks like a kid. He acts like a kid. You see him run to the bench like a kid. And it's just enjoyable to watch. It just is. Enjoyable to watch. Henry Ellison, we're going to talk about that guy. Henry Ellison played 36 minutes tonight. He had 13 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. That kid could play some basketball, man. And for all intents and purposes, Henry Ellison may have knocked Mario Hezonja out. Really. May have knocked him out. And if he continues to do this, who knows? He may get a longer-term contract with the New York Knicks because he's cheaper than Mario Hezonja. You need players like him. If you're talking about, we're talking about so-called such and such whoever player coming in the summer, you're going to need valuable contracts like Henry Ellison, John Jenkins, even a Kadeem Allen who's not playing with the team right now. John Jenkins, he had 8 points, 1 rebound, 3 for 5 from the field. Alonzo Trier had 18 points. A mini resurgence by Alonzo Trier. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. We'll see if he can keep it up. I'm glad for him. Some people were down on him like, oh, he got his contract and da-da-da-da. I never believed it. I never believed that because he got a contract, all of a sudden he's not, he's not playing up to par or he's being lazy or whatever. I never believed it. I always thought it was just, it was a rookie thing. He's a young kid, still got to grow. Luke Cornett played 4 minutes, donuts across the board, except for 1 turnover and 1 steal. But, yeah, that's the rundown for the night. Ladies and gentlemen. Some good numbers, positive things from the New York Knicks. We're going to get in and talk a little bit about Mitchell Robinson. Can he average 6 blocks a game? That's a lot. That's hefty. But I like that he thinks that way. A young kid is going to have lofty goals, and he should have lofty goals, should have lofty dreams. He's going to average 6 blocks a game? I don't know. I'm not going to put anything past him. Maybe he will. I'm not going to put anything past it. He might. He might average 6 blocks a game. He might. If that's the goal that he sets, I'm pushing for you, young blood. I'm pushing for you. I want to see you do it. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
What's popping, Sim?
I'm
This
chilling.
is Teddy,
man.
a.k.a.
Chilling.
the Real Shark fan.
What's up, Real Shark fan?
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm real good. I feel good, man. We, a couple of wins in a row, back-to-back wins. Feels good.
Right. It definitely feels good. Isaiah, I'm going to just jump right into it. Isaiah, he hit on so many great points, because how, as a Knicks fan, you can't be happy for us to win. We can't lose the whole game. And to be honest with you, Sim, I've been away. Not only I've always been watching you guys, I'm always tuning in, but I also had to get my basketball IQ up. I know, and I will admit it. I've been off, and I'm back. I'm here, and I'm with you guys. But like I was saying, Mitch is playing out of his mind. Trey is playing good. Mud is playing good. Mud is definitely playing for his life. But you got to be happy about this win, Sam. You got to be. I don't know how a Knicks fan cannot be.
Right. You got to be happy about it. You know what I mean? Because, look, you just got to be happy about it, man. You know what I mean? The Knicks not going to get a whole bunch of them anyway. So we might as well enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
like you said, these are kids, man.
Yeah.
You can see how Mitch is acting now. He's having a ball, man. How could you not be happy for that kid, man? Come on.
Right. And listen, to me, it is essential that the Knicks prove that they can, get a couple of wins against some tough teams. They got to prove it to themselves. That's how you build confidence. That's how the kids develop. They got to prove it to themselves sometime. You know,
definitely,
at some point,
definitely.
they gotta
you can't lose. You can't lose every game, and we got to give it up to Fizz too. He was coaching tonight, son.
Mm-hmm.
He was coaching them boys tonight, man. They was playing for him, and they wanted this win, and they got it.
Yeah, man. You gotta have some wins, man, because if not, you can lose players. You lose a player's confidence. Listen. My daughter and I, we met Walt Clyde Frazier at his restaurant, right? And he spoke to my daughter for a minute, and he told her the biggest thing that you can have, the main thing that you need is confidence. You've got to be confident in your skills. You got to be confident that you can play the game of basketball. Part of developing that confidence is seeing results from from the work that you're putting in. You gotta see results sometimes. You gotta see those results. If you continue to go and you don't see the results, but you continue, you're working hard, and you don't see the results, that can beat you down. You gotta see the results once in a while. You know what I mean? And see the potential, and see what it is that you can do. You gotta be able to see that. If not, then you're just you're compounding what might be an already low self-esteem. You know what I mean? You gotta see some results.
You're making it even lower.
Exactly.
But I noticed one thing. Everybody that's not happy for us to win, I think they really got this tank thing, all messed up. I don't really think they understand it because, it's only a 14% chance for the bottom three. And that's like an 86% chance that we could fall down to fifth, So, and with the cap space that we accumulated.
Or an 86% chance that you're not going to get the first pick. 80%.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say, that you're not going to get the first pick. Exactly. And to be honest, the way things are looking, it's like, KD's almost in the bag. We got the money for Kyrie, and if we do get the first pick, most likely the Knicks organization is going to trade it for AD. So we can't really worry about the wins that we get. And like you said, man, we got to enjoy these wins. And that next month's schedule is definitely looking rough, like you said, But I really enjoyed this win. Like, I was cheering. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the last two wins. I mean, the win a couple of nights ago as well.
Yeah, I was cheering. I was cheering big time. You know what I mean? And I'm going to continue to cheer.
And so am I. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the video chat. Sim, you doing a great job, man. Like I said, I haven't been calling lately. I haven't been going into the appear end, but I'm always watching, man. I'm just on my end, grinding and doing what I got to do for me. You feel me?
All right. I appreciate it, bro.
Always, man.
Keep doing what you do, man.
Yep. Enjoy, man. And hopefully, man, we'll meet up again at another Knicks game.
All right. Yeah, definitely. We're probably not doing one this season, but definitely the beginning of next season, I got some things in store. So I'm already been talking to, my rep at Madison Square Garden. So, yeah, I got some things planned up.
Well, I'm a part of the Nothing But Knicks family anyway, so I'm with it. Whatever you with, I'm with it.
I'm with it. All right, man. No doubt.
All right, man. You guys, you have a good night, man.
You too.
Shout out to the chat. Like, subscribe. Keep supporting the channel, y'all. Have a good night.
Peace. And on that note, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel right now. Leave out the chat. Subscribe to the channel. Come back into the chat. Hit that thumbs up button. Ring that notification bell so you get a notification whenever I'm live, whenever I drop a video. And it's going to be some videos coming because I'm getting ready to do a deep dive. We're going to do a mini look at a mock draft tonight, but we're about to take a deep dive into these players. Gonna be many videos on each player. So you're gonna want to subscribe to the channel so you can get a notification, because we're gonna have some fun with it as we set up our own war room. That's what I'm talking about. So let's get with it. Let's get back to the appearing and talk to some of these guys. I want to talk about Mitchell Robinson, folks. That's what I'm looking at. I want to talk about Mitchell Robinson. All right. Let me see. I haven't got to Ant Wright. I'm coming to you, Ant. I want to get your take on Mitchell Robinson. All right.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What's popping?
Oh, he is a monster, bro. Quite honestly, first time in the chat as well. I've been following you for so long. It's my first time appearing in the videos, but I really like what's on this platform is ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm going back to Mitchell Robinson. He is, with a jump shot, he is another unicorn. I was looking at just stats itself earlier on. Somebody that was comparing him to Clint Capella. The numbers that Mitch is having right now is comparable to Clint Capella's third year, and that's ridiculous. You get me? So I feel like all in all, I mean, with the shot itself, he has so much potential to be so great. And then just trying to go back to the conversation earlier in regards to like the Knicks winning, I feel like in regards to the draft itself, that 14% chance is really nothing. I feel like a lot of people put a lot of stock in Zion talk. I feel as though it's one of those instances where it's a mega million, you get a ticket, but at the end of the day, you're still going to work because the likelihood isn't really that big, you get me? Mm-hmm. I feel like what we have to take pride in is just like the organic growth. I feel like that's the real thing, you get me? We can be so trash right now, but just the fact that, for instance, you talk about efficiency all the time. Sure shot 4 for 5 at 18 points. It's crazy, you get me? Like we have, for the first time in a long time, I don't know how old everybody is here, but realistically, I became a Knicks fan during the whole Allen Houston era. Like, I love them, but Houston was from the Pistons, Sprewell was from Golden State. Like, this is the first time where we have an actual core that's homegrown. I feel like it's more exciting to pick up these wins. Whether it throws us off in the whole tank, that doesn't hold as much stock as people really deem it to be. You get me? Like, I'm not even looking at Zion. I'm looking at other individuals in the draft. Like, I feel like what we should really hone in on is more so the numbers that Mitch is putting up, or trying to boost Knox's confidence. You get me? Giving Trey more minutes. We have Dennis Smith Jr. Like, we're at a good position realistically. Just the ability to have cap space this summer, it puts us over the edge. So in regards to this whole Zion talk, I mean, of course I would love us to have Zion, but it doesn't hold as much stock as people think it does. You get me? And I feel like just to be a better organization, how we're moving right now, it's best to really just hone in on the individuals we have. We're at a good place. So, I mean, if we take off, get 5 more wins at the end of the season, I won't be upset. I'm more so happy with just this organic growth. The first time we've had it, we almost had it, but we blew it with the Carmelo Anthony trade. You get me? So this is the first time in a long time we've had this organic growth. Everybody's homegrown. I feel like I take in that more so than paying somebody who came from another organization.
All right, definitely, man. I'm gonna come back around to you. I'm gonna get the who's mark. I think I'm gonna get the who's mark. I don't know if he's froze. I don't know if it's froze up or what. But I'm gonna get the who's mark, and then we're gonna get back around. We got some discussion topics. All right, Mark, I'm coming to you. I don't know if I'm coming to you or not because your video keeps freezing up.
Freezing up, bro.
What's up, Mark? Mitchell Robinson, man. Can he average 6 blocks a game? Do you think he can average 6 blocks a game?
Bro, he's only averaging 20 minutes. Imagine, I looked at his per 36, right? I looked at his per 36 the other day. Okay. It is 20, 11, and 5 blocks. Okay. He can easily, if he averaged 30 minutes like he did tonight, he could easily do that. Okay. Easily. Did you see how he dominated the paint today? Yeah, man. He dominates the paint. He made Orlando take those bad shots in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. They couldn't go into the paint. That's why Orlando looked so bad offensively, because everything was an outside shot. Yeah, that man is, and he sets the tone defensively, man. And when you watch him, the kid don't even know how to play ball. But it's like You're watching him making reads almost every play when he fails to make a reach on a block or reach, but he comes back and corrects his messes. It's just it's incredible watching that kid. It is incredible. Just imagine when he get his body up and then he's hitting free throws.
Yeah.
The boy is hitting free throws, and if you look at his form, he can develop a jump shot. It's not a brain jump shot.
He's like a sponge right now. You know what I'm saying? He's like a sponge right now. He's a sponge, and he's soaking up information. He's learning. I mean, he's learning on the fly, but he's soaking in information from DeAndre Jones, obviously. From Fizdale, he's soaking in information just from playing in the league, and he's getting better and better and better and better. I expect to see more and more. I expect to see him continue the remainder of what we got, 21 games, whatever it is, continue to get career highs. I expect to see it. Maybe not every single night. Maybe not every single night, but there's going to be more nights where he, breaks down one of his career highs.
It's to a point, someone said it the best in the chat. You remind me of young Dennis Smith, like Detroit Dennis Smith, the way how he's just all over the place. Like he's all over the place. He's like a young Dennis Rodman right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I was wondering. I was trying to think. I'm like, Dennis Smith. But yeah, Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
But he's only averaging 20 minutes. 20. Mm-hmm. And his rebound is like he's rebounding better now. He's rebounding better. Yeah. And I just like how he makes point guards and players think before they come in the paint. That is the most important thing, because Vucevic was just, how he always chews us up. He's a Knick killer.
Right.
He's a Knick killer. But tonight was a good night. We play hard. I like the way we play. But let me tell you something. I like what the general manager's doing. I like how he's taking these players out of the D League. I don't know where he's finding them, and he's plugging them in. Mm-hmm. Because this Ellison kid, he was good in college. He had the green light in college. He could really shoot it. But why I like him, he can put it on the floor. Like, he can legit put it on the floor and make plays. And he ain't soft. Like, he came in like he played before. Well, this is the Garden. I thought he was scared.
Listen, the kid can play. He's 6'11", 245 pounds, right? He can handle the rock a little bit. He can shoot the three. The kid can play basketball. And
no, he could shoot. He could really shoot.
He played 3 seasons with Detroit.
He didn't come off. He didn't play. Like, he barely played.
He barely played, but 3 seasons with Detroit: 2016, 17, 17, 18, and 20. And he played a few games this year in Detroit. Let me see. For this year in Detroit, he averaged 12.5 minutes per game. He averaged 6 points per game. He shot. He had an effective field goal percentage of 50%. He was 40% from 3, 36% from just regular field goal percentage. Mm-hmm. That was this season in Detroit. I'm sorry, he was 40% from regular field goal percentage this season in Detroit. He first season as a rookie, 16-17, he averaged 3.2 points. It was 28% from the three-point line, 35% from the field. He brought it up a second year, 36% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, 4 points per game. And now 2018-19 for Detroit, it was 40% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, and averaged 6 points per game. And he averaged 4.5 rebounds per game. You wonder, why did they cut him? Because sometimes things happen. It's just semantics. Maybe it's not even about his play. Yeah. Sometimes it's just semantics.
He can play. Like, he showed toughness tonight. Like, he showed like he can play in the league, and he can put it on the floor. It ain't like he's not. He can put it on the floor. like he can put it on the floor. He can't. It's not about barely. He can put it on the floor. I've seen so many plays where he put it on the floor making passes. He has a decent IQ on the floor because he was doing some good passes, and then he could really shoot the basketball.
Right.
He could really shoot the basketball. He had the green light in college.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
What does that do with Luke Cornett?
Oh, listen, Luke can't put it on the floor like him.
No.
He's not much. He's not much of a threat. I want everybody to be able to put the basketball on the floor because we don't have someone that garners double teams. So it's going to be harder for us to get open shots. And until we get someone that can garner double teams, the offense will look a little more better, a little more open for players like Dotson to make consistent shots. Because that's one of the problems why he has in and out games like that, because he don't really have someone that garners double team, and you need someone on a team with shooters and young players to garner the double team to make open shots.
Right. Yeah.
That's why Knox every time he gets the ball, he has to put it on the floor all the time because he could shoot it, but he don't have nobody else that can garner the double team right now. And you want him to be a spot up shooter right now, run the floor and be a spot up shooter, and time to time take it to the basket. But his strength is shooting the ball or running the floor on a break.
Yeah.
So you want to utilize that now. So next year when he comes in, he has to get his dribble up and he has to get his upper body up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Big shout out to Marty Knicks. Big shout out to Marty Knicks. He said Mitch is a beast. Talk about Mitchell Robinson and
listen, I told y'all before the draft, man. His instinct is, man. Listen, man.
Hey, Mark.
Listen.
Hey, Mark.
Yo.
Chester. Thank you for the super chat, Chester. He said
what Chester
to you.
want?
He said to you, Mark. He said, Mark, you wanted to trade Mitch last show.
Bro, I never said I ever wanted to trade Mitch. What are you talking about? I said everybody else can be available but Mitch. I never said traded Mitch.
You said everybody.
I'm only watching the Knicks because of Mitch.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Everybody can vouch for me.
Let me ask you this. If it came down to Mitchell Robinson being included in an Anthony Davis trade, would you do it?
Oh, what a way to put me in a hole, right? Jesus Christ.
Come on.
Let me tell you something. Listen, it would hurt me, just like how we traded Porzingis. Sorry, Mitch. Anthony Davis 25, and I know what he can do. So, sorry. Everybody's expendable. If I have those three, everybody's expendable. If y'all talking about no tanking, y'all want to win, y'all contradicting yourselves. Because we gave up a 7'3" defensive player, and like no one cares anymore. I would do the same if it's for Anthony Davis. So it's nothing to talk about. When it comes to those three, don't ask me questions because everybody's available.
All right, so you wouldn't be afraid. So you wouldn't be afraid to include Mitch in a AD trade.
No, because I wasn't afraid to include Kate. When I had to sit down and realize KP is gone, I had to realize that situation, and KP was a better player than Mitch. So how could I have any type of, if I'm going to get those three superstars, I'm going to feel as how y'all feel about KP. He don't exist here no more. Sorry. I want to win, and that is finals right there. I'm thinking about next year. I'm thinking about this summer. If y'all talking about wanting to win, that's pretty good if I can have all those three as top 15 players in the league.
All right.
Sorry.
Now, I see a lot of people in the chat. They say, no. I see Nate shaking his head. I'm going to come to you, Nate. So what you're telling me, Nate, is that if it came down to trading for Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans said, we want Mitchell Robinson, that'd be a deal killer for you. That would be a deal killer. You would kill the deal.
You would lose your job.
You
honestly lose your job.
I'm gonna come to Nate. And I know Ant probably has something to say because Ant said Mitchell Robinson is untradeable. Said he's untradeable. Go ahead, Nate.
So here's the thing. I've seen enough of Mitchell Robinson to say this with conviction. I believe in this guy, and I know Anthony Davis is good. Trust me, he is good. But this guy is only 20 years old. He's 5 years younger than Anthony Davis.
Right.
He is already an elite shot blocker. Hell, he's probably a better defender than Anthony Davis right now. I've never seen a guy block shots at 3-point line. I've never seen a guy.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna disagree with you about him being a better defender than Anthony Davis, because he may be a better shot blocker, but guarding guys in the post, he's not strong enough. He doesn't have the body yet. Now he may be in the future. He may be the better defender, but now he's not.
And this is the reason why I think that he is on the path to be better defender. The way he moves his feet when he's on guards, have you noticed? He doesn't get moved off. I mean, he stays. He's got his feet planted perfectly where he doesn't get shook or none of that. He usually guards the guards as best as he can for a big guy, and he is going to get stronger. He's an elite shot blocker. He hasn't even learned an offensive play. I mean, he's literally getting all his baskets off dunks, putbacks, fouls, free throws, whatever it is. I mean, he hasn't even looked at an offensive play yet or a jump shot. Wait till he gets a jump shot. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not Anthony Davis, but he is our version of Anthony Davis. And no, I don't want to include him in a trade to get AD.
I disagree. I don't think he's our version of Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis could do so many more things offensively. Anthony Davis can advance the ball.
Anthony Davis is more offensively skilled. There's no doubt about that. But if you watched him in Kentucky,
I don't even think that everyone continues, people, compare him to Anthony Davis. I don't think that we're going to be comparing him to Anthony Davis as far as style of play is concerned ever. Hey, listen, Anthony Davis grew up as a guard, and then he continued to grow. Right, so that's why he has guard skills. He can dribble the basketball and those type of things. He can stretch it out and shoot the three. He can facilitate the offense. I don't think Mitch Robinson, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just don't think Mitch Robinson is going to be that kind of center that's going to ever have the ability to facilitate your offense.
We don't know. That's the thing. We have no idea. The guy's only 20 years old and just learning how to play.
But let me tell you something. To develop skill to be able to facilitate an offense or handle the ball a little bit, you're not going to be 20 years old just getting into the NBA and then develop that skill. In my opinion, you kind of grow up. I mean, you gotta play a little bit of basketball to understand what I'm saying. You gotta grow up playing that guard spot a little bit for you to be able to facilitate in the NBA. I just think he's gonna, he's not going to do that.
I understand that part. And let's talk about the other thing. His injury prone. Anthony Davis is injury prone. I don't care what anybody says. The guy gets hurt all the time. Mm-hmm. He misses a lot of games. And yeah, I know Mitch missed some games in the beginning, but he's been pretty healthy so far this season. Mm-hmm. And I love his motor. I mean, the guy is just playing full-blown motor every game. And when you tell me if you have a 20-year-old versus 25 that's not injury-prone, that has the ability to rebound at a high level, shot block at a high level, and, the offense really doesn't matter to me, Sim. I mean, if he can rebound and shot block at a high level, I'm good with that. The guy can average maybe 15 points. I'm cool because we're going to have other players on this team that are going to be the dominant scorers. On here.
And no, we're not asking for Mitch to be a scorer. I mean, it's just the question is, does he kill an Anthony Davis trade? No, let me say this. One, I'm not trying to give up the farm for Anthony Davis. So that's one thing for me right there. I'm not trying to give up draft pick Mitch, Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina. I'm not trying to give up all of that for him. And if you're planning on signing or having 3 stars, that's what you're going to have to do. But let's just say you didn't have to give up the farm. Let's just say it was the first draft pick and, the Knicks were going to chew into some of their cap. I don't know. I'm just speaking super duper hypothetically. And you had to include Mitch. It was like Mitch and Kevin Knox plus the first round draft pick.
That's a lot. That's a lot, man. And
you do it.
And here's the thing is that with Mitch Robinson getting better and better, it is going to make it easier for us to pitch that to the Pelicans if we want to get Anthony Davis rather than giving up the farm. Because you're talking about giving up a high draft pick and possibly a high ceiling player in Mitch Robinson.
Yeah.
But
we'll see,
it's a tough call, man.
I
don't do it.
It is because like guys are saying in the chat, King E161 said AD is a top 5 player in the league. He is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when he's healthy, that's the big if. The thing is, the guy, he's in prone, gets hurt a lot. I mean, it's a shoulder, it's a knee, it's a leg, it's always something with him. And I don't want to take on injury prone players. I really don't.
Yeah,
Even if he is 25. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see. The one thing I'm going to say about injuries in the NBA, there are obviously injuries where guys go out for a long time and, they're seriously injured, like KP and his ACL. But then sometimes there are injuries that are maybe not as serious as you may think. And teams take super precaution with a lot of players, right? So, like, he has a shoulder injury. He probably, if it was the playoffs, he would probably play. But they say, you know what? Just let it rest. Because they're taking super precaution for these players. I'm not saying you're wrong, Nate. I'm just saying you never know, right? Is he there come playoff time? That's the question. Is he there? Are they there when it counts? That's the question. So far, when the Pelicans have been in the playoffs, I believe he's been there. But that's a good question. I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna come to Ant. King Ant G. I think I already know his answer, but I'm gonna come to him again. Ant.
Yeah, my answer is pretty much the same, man. I'm not giving up Mitchell Robinson.
So Mitchell Robinson deal. That's a deal killer for you.
Yeah, man. Listen, because to me, this is what I do from the Knicks. I start the deal with Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, our first round pick, and a future first. If that's not enough, then I mean,
you say that again. Say that again.
I start the deal with Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, this year's first round pick, and a future first round pick. If that's not enough, I just don't see the value. And now, is Mitchell ever going to be as good as Anthony Davis? The chances are no. But can he get close? Can he be a perennial all-star, right? Can he be one of the best bigs in the league? I think that answer is a resounding yes. So I don't think it makes sense for us, right? Because if say we trade Mitchell Robinson and 2 years from now he's averaging 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 block shots, shooting 60% from the field, right? Mm-hmm. And he's making, at that point, $10 million a year, right? It wouldn't have been worth it to me. Because somebody said, I forget what sports show was on, but they said when you have a big three, one of those guys are going to take the back seat, right? So if you have Kyrie, and Davis, and Kevin Durant, one of those guys are not going to be who we know them to be. Whether it was Chris Bosh in Miami.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be like
one of those guys are not going to put up those numbers we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
So at that point, we give up everything for Anthony Davis, and one of the bigs we give up end up being an all-star big. I think Mitch is a guy you keep. I think Mitch is what makes it special. So say we're able to get Anthony Davis and keep Mitchell Robinson, I think that's what makes it special.
Well, that would be good.
Because now you have a control young guy that, in my opinion, is going to be a budding star in the next couple of years. Okay. I think he's going to be an all-star candidate in the next couple of years. He's going to at least be an Andre Drummond level player.
Okay.
So
All right.
I think that's the guy you keep. And I think, we got him in the second round. It's a steal, man. You don't give up on luck like that, man. We took a lottery. We hit the lottery with Mitchell Robinson.
Well, let's see. Let's see. I mean, let's see. Let's just see. Hopefully we did, but let's just see. He's had some really good games of late. He's got to be. He's got a lot to go to develop and build. and then become
but even if he's half of
NBA
this
player. You know what I mean?
We got him like the late second round. Even if he's half of the player he's showing.
Well, then it's still going to be great value. But before we say he's going to be an all-star, let's let him prove
he is, man. I'm telling you.
Just let him get in there.
When he put on some muscle, it was scary hours. When he put on some muscle, it was scary.
Yeah, I agree with you. He has the potential. Definitely has the potential. All right, I'm going to take one more thing on this. Keep it at 30 seconds, Isaiah. 30 seconds. And then we're going to go and we're going to talk some draft stuff. All right? We're going to talk some draft. We're just going to do a quick intro to the draft. Because we're going to start really taking a dive into it. But, just keep it quick for me. Go ahead, man. Isaiah.
Hey, since I get 30 seconds, that ain't right.
Come on, man. I'm not trying to, keep talking about ADs not even on our team.
Well, I'll say it like this, and I mean, I'll say it like this, Sam. If opportunity comes, me personally, I wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, because I just think, I think Mitch has that much of potential, and yeah, that would be the deal breaker. I remember 2010, the deal breaker was Timothy Mozgov, and the Knicks did it, but I think you can't do it this time.
But Timothy Mozgov, I mean, that was it obviously wasn't a deal breaker, but what did Timothy do? He ain't do anything.
Hey, I'm just saying, but hey, let's start the draft. Let's talk about the draft. I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't do anything. But we'll see what happens on that front, man. Anyway, I'm good, but either way, I'm standing by myself. I'm not giving up the farm for him. So that's that. I'm not giving up the farm for Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? So that's
I'm ready
happening.
to talk about this
but
draft.
Let's talk about
I got some
draft.
stuff to say. Let's get it popping on.
All right, let's take a look at a mock draft. We're going to take a look at the Basketball Insider's mock draft right now. All right, this was updated today. Right? Updated today. Right now, Basketball Insiders has Zion Williamson going to the Phoenix Suns. R.J. Barrett going to the New York Knicks. And listen, R.J. Barrett's been, averaging 30 points a game? Ja Morant going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cam Reddish going to the Chicago Bulls. I mean, this is just a mock draft. Romeo Langford going to the Atlanta Hawks. DeAndre Hunter going to the Memphis Grizzlies. Darius Garland going to the Washington Wizards. And obviously, this is a mock draft. There's going to be plenty more mock drafts to go because the order in the standings in the NBA is going to continue to change. Right? It's going to continue to change. But, we're looking at these players. Listen, I mean, basically, though, really, as we look at these top 3, maybe top 4, things start to, it drops off.
I'll say it like this. This is definitely a top heavy draft.
Top heavy, real top heavy draft. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a top heavy draft, and I'm hoping and I'm praying for it that the Knicks get the number 1 pick, because to me it would be a disservice to everybody if Zion Williams ends up in Phoenix or Cleveland. I think all right, Ian, I'm right. And we still got a 14% chance.
Go ahead. Don't worry about it. Keep talking to me because they can't hear.
I just believe, like I said, like from what I'm looking at Phoenix right now, they're a pure dumpster fire, and I don't think Zion should flourish in there. I think he should come to we should get the number 1 pick. It's long overdue. We haven't had it since Patrick Ewing, and this is the perfect time to get it. And I would love to see Zion in the big market that he deserves to be in. I think out of the top 4 coaches of the people in the lottery, if nobody gets fired, I think David Fisdale would be the best coach for Zion after Coach K. And again, I just think the Knicks are long overdue. For us to get the number 1 pick, I think we want it. I think everybody in the NBA wants us to get the number 1 pick. From what I've been watching with ESPN and first Fox FS1 with Undisputed, everybody wants us to get the number 1 pick. People want to see Zion in a big market. Cleveland and freaking Phoenix, I think that'd be the worst for him, even development wise, and as far as being a basketball player. Like I said, I think David Fizdle is the best coach out of the four places right now between Phoenix, Chicago, Cleveland, and us. I think it should be him.
Okay. And
or RJ, because I like RJ Barrett's passing. He's a very underrated good passer.
Okay. And the Basketball Insiders have the Knicks taking Mustafa Heron from St. John's at the 51st pick. All right. And another St. John's guy, Shamari Pons, they have them going to the Los Angeles Clippers at number 52. St. John's guys up in there. But anyway, so here's the question. So what do we do? Right? If you get the number 1, if you get the number 1 pick, the question of course is going to be, do we trade it? There's so many things that the Knicks can do, right? Do you keep Zion? Do you trade Zion for an established star? Do you trade down? Right? Let's say the Knicks get the number 1 pick and Phoenix gets the number 2 pick, but they really want Zion. You trade down and say, well, we'll take RJ Barrett. And then pick up more assets, or maybe pick up more draft picks. I believe the Knicks are going to do some wheeling and dealing during the draft.
Wait, can I say what I think will happen if we do get the number 1 pick? So I don't really see the Knicks trading down. I don't see that. I think the two options are going to be either they really, really, really fall in love with Zion and be like, okay, this kid can be paired with, Kevin Durant or ex-Kyrie or somebody else, and he can fit with the Knicks. Or, I think that's when the Pelicans take the offer from the Knicks and we give up. And I think this is true because we got to remember, we got to just match the contracts. So if we give them Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, first this pick, it's going to be Zion. And future, and probably we might have to give him the unprotected Dallas pick. I think that should be able to do it for the Knicks to keep, Mitchell Robinson and everything. So I believe if that happens, it'll either be we trade for AD or we keep Zion. Those are the only 2 things I really see the Knicks doing, because trading down, I just don't see it happening unless, maybe if they trade the Phoenix really wants him, okay, maybe we trade Zion for DeAndre Ayton and a pick, or maybe we get next year's pick because it's going to be bad because Phoenix is just horrible. But I don't really see us trading down, but I do see us either getting Kevin Durant or AD. I mean AD or keep Zion.
Okay, so let me ask this. I'm gonna go on and get to somebody else in the chat. If we don't get the number 1 pick, we get the number 2 pick. Let's say. Who are you taking with that number 2 pick? I'm pretty sure it's between RJ Barrett. Different people have different ideas. Might be between RJ Barrett, John Morant, Cam Reddish. It's probably between those 3 on who's going after Zion. All right.
RJ Barrett to me, Sim, because I think one thing about RJ Barrett that I don't think he understands about himself is that he's a really, really good passer. Like, I'm looking at him play, and I'm like, how can I say this without making him? He's not James Harden, but I see a lot of James Harden passing from him.
Okay.
And again, I'm not comparing him to James Harden. I am saying when I see him play, I see passes like James Harden does sometimes. So I think once he figures that out, that he's really he doesn't have to be a crazy scorer. I think RJ Barrett's the second best talent in the draft. I wouldn't mind if we don't have the number 1 pick. We have the 2nd pick, or maybe even 3rd pick, depending on where Phoenix is at. because they need a point guard. And if we're number 3 and they're number 2, I know they're going to take John Morant. So again, I'll be fine with RJ Barrett.
Okay. All right. Let me get around. Let me see what's going on. I'm gonna come to you, Nate, in a second. Let me get to Ronnie.
Sure.
Hey, Ronnie, what's your take on the draft, man? If we don't get the number 1 pick, let's say we fall to number 2, who are you taking at number 2?
Hey, man, I'm gonna say something crazy.
I'm
gonna say something crazy, man.
All right.
I think RJ makes Zion looks as good as Zion looks. Okay. You know, Zion is nice. You know, what you're buying on him is you're buying a bull. You know what I'm saying? But I think the reason that he looks this good is got a lot to do with RJ. You know? So I don't know, man. I'll take RJ. I think it's undisputed.
So
for the second round pick.
So then, would you take RJ number 1 over Zion?
No. Okay. But you know, with certain teams, he could be a better fit than Zion. But I think any team that's got that number 1 pick is gonna take Zion simply because it's showtime.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you can't pass it up. Like it's like if a AD trade came our way, we would give up more than we should just because you can't say no to the trade.
Right.
You know, it's one of them situations. You know, so yeah, I mean, I think if we can't land Zion, we land RJ. I mean, either way is fine with me. But I really do hope we get Zion, man. He'll be a nice fit with KD. You know?
All right. I'm going to come back around to you. I'm going to get around to everybody and get everybody's take. Nate, what's your take?
So I'm just looking at this team's layout right now, and we have no shooting guard. We have no power forward, not even potential-wise or even right now on the roster. That's good. I mean, all these other players just look like backups or possibly not even going to be on the roster. So if I have the number 1 pick, I'm taking Zion and I'm keeping it because he's a good market person. He would fit perfect with Mitch Robinson for the future. I mean, he's going to be big time. If we don't get the number 1 pick, I like Ja Morant. The more I see with this guy, his passing ability, his shooting ability, he even has some defensive qualities that I like. The problem is that he doesn't play in big competition. So I'm waiting for the tournament to see if his team gets in, how he plays against better competition. Second of all, we have to trade Dennis Smith if we try to go for Ja Morant, because we have way too many guards on this team. That's been our problem all year. We have too many guards. So if we try to go Ja Morant, then we need to get rid of Dennis Smith Jr. But personally, I like RJ Barrett because he is probably the closest thing to an up-and-coming good shooting guard that we need. His passing ability, his ability to take the big shot. We need that kind of shooting guard. We haven't had a good shooting guard since Allen Houston, and that's been a long time. You know, and my dream would be to get Klay Thompson and KD together, but that's not going to happen. But I would look at RJ Barrett. I think he fits perfectly what the Knicks want to do. He's an athletic guy. He's a big guy. He's 6'5". He's got a good shot. He's got good passing ability. I think he would fit perfect in this team. So that's who I'm looking at.
So are you looking at him over Zion if the Knicks were to get the first pick?
Oh, no. Zion's number 1. It's really Zion and everybody else. I mean, no one's even close to Zion right now. But what I'm saying is if we get the second pick for whatever reasons, I would take RJ Barrett. And let's just say if we fall to 3rd, I would trade down. Because at that point, if we still have Dennis Smith, we don't need Ja Morant. Unless you're going to get rid of Dennis Smith or trade him to somebody else.
All right.
Because then you have Dennis Smith, you have Ja Morant, you have Moutier, you have Ntilikina, you've got Trier, you've got Kadeem Allen. You got a lot of guards.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
I mean, you got to figure something out.
I think all of that, that's going to be shaken out over the summer. our whole guard glut and everything is going to be shaken out. I think I'm gonna come around. Viv, what are you doing if we don't get the number 1 pick? Who's your number 2?
To be quite honest, Tim, so I haven't heavily followed a lot of these players, so I don't have the best knowledge per se.
Okay.
On who's a clear number 2. So I don't want to necessarily make a conclusion at this stage. Okay, who are we going to pick number 2? Because I think the tournament and I think the combine is going to probably distinguish 2 to 6 or 7 or 8, or actually really 2 to 5, because I think the rest of the players are just they're kind of blah. So I'm just looking at these guys off the top of my head, and if you get 2 to 6, I think it's harder to even package that in any sort of deal for AD, because I don't think that package is attractive. Any of the players from 2 to 6, I think it's a completely different tier than Zion. But I don't see where you can go wrong with one of Barrett or Cam Reddish. I don't know much to separate either one of those 2 players. The Hachimura, I don't know about this guy. But yeah, if you were to tell me right now, it would probably be one of the other Duke guys. But again, tournament probably will change a lot of things. So that's what I'm trying to say.
That's one thing, man. The tournament. Let me tell you. I will tell you this. R.J. Barrett has really stepped up, averaging like 29.3 points per game or something like that over the past few games. When I look at Cam Reddish, I see sometimes I see a jacker. Like he's a guy that I worry about. I wonder, do we have to worry about his shot selection? You know what I mean?
Which guy you said?
Cam Reddish.
Oh, Cam Reddish. Okay.
I worry about, are we gonna have to worry about his shot selection? Now, of course, he's young though. That doesn't mean he can't learn. Just when I watch him play, sometimes I'm like, dang. I mean, he can jack it up from deep though and knock it down. I'll say that he can jack it up from deep and knock it down. I just wonder if that's something we would have to worry about. R.J. Barrett, he plays hard. He plays defense. He can score. I like him. I really do. I like him. He can get hot. I mean, like I said, he's averaged, over the past few games, 29.3 points per game. I think there's a clear separation between R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish. That's my opinion. I think there's a clear separation between the 2. I see someone, Ralph O'Reilly, said R.J. is a jacker too. He might be. I feel like Cam maybe. I don't know. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Yeah. The draft probably better than I do. So.
We'll see when we get to, like you said, when we get to that March Madness. We'll see how they step up. That means a lot. I think that really does mean a lot. March Madness. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it means a ton. I think, in my opinion. It means a ton.
Yeah, it means a ton. Now you get to really watch these guys in pressure situations and see how they react then, and see who steps up then, see who knocks down those big shots then. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's when I think that's when you really learn who has that ability to take it to the next level. You know what I mean? So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. By the way, I think Mark's trying to get back in the chat. So
Mark's always trying to get back in the chat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Mark
he's always trying.
I don't know. Back in the chat. Now, I don't know what it is, but this guy's always getting knocked out the chat. Something. All right, let me see. I'm gonna come around. Ron Cleveland, I'm coming to you, man.
Yeah, man.
Have you been following? Ron? Have you been following the draft and not the draft, but college basketball? To see who's could possibly be a Knick. But before we get to that, Ron, just let me do something real quick.
All right.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Ring that notification bell so you get a notification anytime I go live, drop a video. We're getting ready to dive deep into the draft. Today is just a quick overview. We're getting ready to go deep into the draft with videos of players. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you can get notified. And if you have Twitter, if you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, Reddit, whatever you have, share this. Share this with fellow Knicks fans. You know, go ahead and hit that share button and share it out there. All right, Rod, go ahead, man. It's on you, bro.
Man, for me, it ain't any question of who I'm taking. It's Zion, man, and I'm gonna tell you my reasoning behind him. You know, of course, I'm a Carolina man. I'm from South Carolina, man, and this kid is from South Carolina. And from day one, this dude has been living up to expectations, man, that people have been having on him ever since he was in 9th grade, selling out Spartanburg Stadium. Every place he's been, the lights have not been too bright for him. Being at Duke, expectation is high. And I think him coming to New York, especially if you're talking about playing with Kyrie and playing with Durant, that kid would excel. And who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him? Who's going to get in his way? And the kid plays unselfishly. And more importantly, he plays both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? He's not just a dunker. And that's what gets them highlights. But if you watch this kid's game, he does it all. He passes the ball. He plays defense. He hustles. He does it all. And that type of ability, man, I'm ruling with him. But if we don't get the number one pick, it's obvious. You got to take R.J. Barrett. Mm-hmm. And the reason why you take him is because of his ability to make other players better. That Duke team, even when Zion went down in that North Carolina game, R.J. Barrett was pretty much the glue for Duke when they went on that run and everything. Mm-hmm. So even just looking at his game, he plays the game the right way. He don't do too much. You know what I mean? So smart players, you can't have enough smart players on your team. And if you get him, of course, it's going to open the door for you to move some of these other guards. Some of them guys ain't going to be here anyway. Moutier is going to be gone. Frank, you can package him, and Dennis Smith. You know, get them guys out there. They play itself up. But overall, if we get Zion, man, of course he's the number one guy. But if you can't get him, is number two, nobody else but RJ.
Okay. All right. Let me add.
And Sim, I'll say this. The kid shoots high efficiency, man. He's an efficient player.
Who? Which one? Who?
RJ.
RJ
is very efficient.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My next question. I'm gonna come around. I see Romeo Dredd just joined us, and you know he's got us thinking in the back. Got these math equations. I hope that the equation we see behind Romeo Dredd is the solution to the Knicks finally winning a championship. So let's hope that all those numbers you see behind Romeo Dredd, I think that's it, folks. I think that's it. I think we found a solution. That's the equation. The solution is somewhere in there to the Knicks finally winning a championship. It's got to be. Romeo, I'm coming to you, Romeo. I'm coming to you, man.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's popping?
All right. Yo, the end of that game, man. Playoffs, man. That was an exciting game to watch, man.
Yeah.
You know, I was putting my son to sleep. He's in the top bunk. I'm underneath with the headphones on, trying to be quiet. He said it, and I'm like, yeah.
Dad, I gotta go to school tomorrow. Be quiet.
Yo,
yeah.
That was excited.
Yeah, definitely it was, man. We talking about the draft, right? And who we would draft. If the Knicks don't get number one, most people say they're gonna take R.J. Barrett. Maybe some say Ja Morant or Cam Reddish. Let's say the Knicks fall out of the top 5. What do we do then? That's what I'm asking. What do we do then? If that happens, what do we do? Romeo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of echo, and I'm hearing you. I'm hearing like you twice.
Yeah, he probably. There's probably somebody in here who, if you mute everyone, then you'll probably won't hear the echo. That's probably what it is.
All right. Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, what do you do?
So
we fall out of that. We drop down to 4, 5. What do we do then?
Yeah, I like Morant if he comes down that far.
Right.
So what are you going to go? 2, 3?
So right now.
So who's getting drafted? 1, 2, 3.
So right now.
Zion.
Yeah, right now, based on This Is Basketball Insiders, and this is most people have these top 4 going, in some order. Zion Williamson always number 1. And then in some order, everyone else. You got Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, Ja Morant, Cam Reddish. Those guys are the basic 4 right there, right? Then everyone else kind of comes after them. Now, so let's say that the Knicks fall to 5. And what do we do? Where do we go from there?
Trade.
I mean, and listen, and if the Knicks do fall to 5, we're not getting. I can guarantee you right now, you're not going to be able to. You're not pulling in Anthony Davis with that 5th pick. You're not pulling in Anthony Davis. You know what I mean?
The Pelicans going to want a bona fide player as well as picks. We don't have a bona fide player.
Right. Or young guys. But that's going to be a dilemma, I guess, if the Knicks fall to 5. I want to find out what some people think about that. Big shout out to Chetnik Nason for the super chat. He said, AD, KD, Kyrie, and Noah's contract equals no money. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Mighty Knicks said Zion will be a bust. Marty knows what he's doing, man. He knows he's causing a stir by saying that Zion will be a bust. And Marty, maybe not tonight, but I want you to join into the video chat and talk to us about why Zion is going to be a bust. And big shout out to Ian Clark for the super chat. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. But I want to know, man, what do we do? I'm going to take a phone call. I'm going to put you on mute. I'm going to take a phone call. And then I'm going to get back to the video chat because I see we got another new fellow with the chat, and I want to talk with him. But I want to know, man, what do we do if we drop down to the
I don't know who we do at 5, man.
And Romeo, I really hope that equation equals the solution to winning a championship.
I had to pull that out for tonight, man, after that victory.
There you go. Yeah, no doubt. So tell me, folks, what do you do? See, some people say Bowl, or the dude from Texas. That's what John Warfare says. What do we do if you drop down, you drop out of the top 3? When this whole tank thing blows up in our face. Right? What do we do? It's gonna be a tough dilemma for the for Scott Perry and them guys. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I'm gonna get around. I thought I had a call coming in, but the call's no longer there. I'm gonna go to Ant Wright. Ant, what's up, man? What do we do, man? If we fall out, if we get the 5th pick, we fall to 5th. What do you do?
I feel like from the beginning, my plan was always at number 1, always Zion, but not even just because the height, but he's one of those individuals where he's not ball dominant. So you have to think hypothetically as well. So for instance, you get a Kyrie with KD, Zion doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's showing that this year at Duke. So second best talent is RJ, but he is ball dominant. I don't think that would mesh well with KD and Kyrie, hypothetically speaking. So, I mean, if we don't get Zion at number one, we have the second pick, I would definitely trade down. And the person I'm really eyeing is Texas Tech's Jarrett Culver, who's legit one of the best shooting guards in the country. Averages 18, 6, and 4, and he is not ball dominant. Pure scorer, catch and shoot. And I feel like that type of individual is what you need if we do take on Kyrie and KD. So it is hypothetical. But
okay, so let me ask you this: is he somebody though that you could, if you get, let's say you fall to 3. Is he somebody that you can trade down and you can get him lower so you can pull in more assets?
Definitely. He's climbing up the draft boards. Probably last week he was like 10. He's moving up now. Probably catching like 6. So definitely, if we don't get the first pick, I honestly would trade down, secure another first round pick. I do like Cameron Reddish just for the fact that he is the best shooter in the country. Yeah. And I feel like you spoke about it earlier where he was like the type of individual that just throws it up, but he reminds me of a taller Devin Booker. I don't know if you remember Devin Booker in Kentucky. He wasn't utilized the right way. And I don't think Cam Reddish is being utilized the right way at Duke. Okay. So I definitely see that he has far more potential than what we're actually seeing. Okay. Even watch his high school highlights, his game is completely different. I feel like it's more so he's trying to fit the mold of third option, kind of like Devin Booker in college. But if we fall out the first pick, we have the second pick or third pick, I would definitely trade down. Cam Reddish does entice me a lot, but I'd go for Jarrett Culver from Texas Tech, secure another first round pick. And it's all about just finding a piece to build with free agents that we take on. Like RJ Barrett, Kyrie, and KD, like they all need the ball. It's not going to work at all. You know what I mean? It's going to be a frustrating situation. So I feel like just thinking ahead, and someone like Jarrett Culver, he's solid. He's pretty solid. I don't know if you guys are privy to college basketball. I follow it heavy. Jarrett Culver is amazing. Okay. So I'd trade down. Second, third pick, I'd trade down if we can. Secure another first round pick. I don't like the bull idea. Definitely Jarrett Culver. We need a shooting guard, honestly.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Very knowledgeable. Hey, we're gonna need you jumping into the chat, man, so we can. You said you follow it really deeply. We need you jumping in so we can pique your brain.
No, yeah,
definitely. Let me get around now. And of course, I seen in the chat. Some people say, RJ Barrett is not efficient. All dominant, yes, he is. Is he efficient? Well, he shoots 46% from the field. That's pretty, that's decent. That's not. I mean, it's not 48%. 46% is good. My barometer for an efficient player is above 45% from the field. He shoots 46%, 33% from 3. That's college 3-point line, but he can pull it deeper than that. Let's got D Grant. That's who I'm coming with. D Grant. What's going on, man?
And Romeo, I really hope that equation equals the solution.
I don't know if D Grant can hear me. I think he might be looking at both things at one time. I'll wait until he's ready. Isaiah, I'm coming to you. What's going on, man? And my man D Grant, I'm sure D Grant's right now learning. Anyone that's new has to learn how to use the whole little system that's going on. So I'll be back to you, D Grant.
Go ahead, we're talking about if we fall off the top 5.
If we fall off the grid, if we fall in, we're at 5th. We're at number 5 now. What are you doing?
We off 5. I'm either taking I forgot the name. I think his last name's Cover or something like that. Or I'm taking Kevin Porter Jr. Either of those two really. I'm not really big on Romeo Langford, and I'm not really big on Nazir Little because I think Nazir Little should stay in college because I think he needs more work. But I might go with Kevin Porter or that other guy.
What other guy?
Oh, what's his name, bro? Wait. Jay Cutter.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, him. Either of those two. Like I said, I think Little and Romeo should stay in college because I don't think they're NBA ready yet. But yeah, those two. Besides, if we fall out of top 5, which we would only fall to 6 right now.
Right now, and I'm just we're just speaking hypothetically. If we fall out, we fall to 5, we fall to 6. What do the Knicks do? You know what I mean? Where do we go? And we got a lot of time. Like I said, this is just this was just a mini introduction to the draft, and we're gonna try to take some deep dives into each player. As we do these shows and really break down the player and look at highlights and really go into discussion on how they would fit with the New York Knicks. All right. So right now, like we're just taking a look at what's out there. And what the top, we're expecting to be at the very least in the top 5. Right now, Romeo Langford, according to Basketball Insiders, would be 5th to the Atlanta Hawks. And you go down, you got DeAndre Hunter at 6, Darius Garland at 7, Keldon Johnson at 8, Kevin Porter at 9, Nassir Little at 10, Jared Culver, who Ant was talking about at 11. Going to Orlando. These are all guys that you guys out there watch. Come in, give us some, give us your feedback and what you think and where you think the Knicks might go in any situation. Right? But of course, we're hoping to stay. We're hoping to be number 1, but possibly, probably staying at number 5, at least no lower than 5. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
How you doing, son?
I'm good. How are you?
So I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking. So you're talking about the draft?
So we're talking about the draft. If the Knicks fall, if the Knicks fall out of the top 3, we get the 5th pick or something like that. Where you going with it?
If we fall out of the top 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I like Culver. He has an all-around game. He plays defense. He plays on both sides of the floor. He can shoot.
Okay.
He can pass. He can defend. He has a really mature game. I'm taking Culver. Or if he's actually off the board, I'm going DeAndre Hunter. One of those two.
Now, do you think that
if we're picking 5 or 6,
right? Do you think that Culver would be off the board at 5?
Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we get a top 3 pick. But hey, if we end up with Culver, man, I'm good.
Okay.
I just don't want to drop all the way like the 7th and everybody off the board. So
like Ant Wright just said, he said Culver's moving up the draft boards. But do you think he's going to be there at 5? Or would we be able to trade down and get him if that was the case? If that's someone that you wanted?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that question, son.
No, I was saying, do you think that he would be taken before 5? Excuse me. If we drop to 5, right now, he's like around 11, moving up the draft boards, but he's like 11.
Who, Culver?
I believe so. Well, on Basketball Insiders, at least. This is Basketball Insiders.
On most boards, he's around between 5th and 7th.
Well, let me see. Basketball Insiders has him right now. They have him going number 11. This was updated today.
I doubt that very much. I don't think he falls under. He won't get past the 7th pick.
Okay, well they got him going to Orlando at number 11. So I'll read it off to you what they got.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
They got Zion Williamson 1 to Phoenix, R.J. Barrett 2 to New York, Ja Morant 3 to the Cavs, Cam Reddish 4 to the Bulls, Romeo Langford to the Hawks at 5, DeAndre Hunter to Memphis at 6, Darius Garland to the Wizards at 7, Keldon Johnson to the Hawks at 8, Kevin Porter to the New Orleans Pelicans at 9, Nassir Little to the Heat, and Jared Culver to the Magic at number 11.
Yeah, the way I have my board set up right now, as far as the top 6, I I have Zion, of course, number 1. I have John Morant, number 2. RJ 3. Then I have Culver for my board. That's why I'm picking Culver at 4. And after Culver, then I have Cam Reddish.
Okay.
But aside from the draft, I want to talk a little bit about the AD trade. Yeah, I wish we don't trade for AD, because if we do, that means Mitch is gone, Trier's gone, Knox is gone,
yeah,
and Jr. gone,
right,
and future picks are gone. Not only that, it backfires 2 ways. It hits the salary cap, 1. So from 75 million salary cap, we go down to about 30. Okay, with a depleted roster, which doesn't make any sense at all. What we need to do is use our cap space to sign free agents. We don't have to trade for free agents. Keep all our assets. Because look, all these kids that we're developing, we're going to own their bird rights. Meaning we're going to be able to go over the cap to re-sign these guys when they hit the restricted free agency. That is key. We have 75 million of cap space. Use it wisely. Develop these kids, and then you can re-sign these kids. Go over the cap. If the Knicks are smart, they're set up right now to do really good things. They just got to be smart about it. If they trade for AD, this is what happens. Okay. First, you get all your roster. Second, instead of 75 million, you're only going to have about 35 million of cap space with nobody on the team. So how are you going to fill out that roster? So that's not the way to go. And plus, he's a free agent, so he can walk after 1 year. That's aside from all the injury risk and all that. It's just the AD trade is not the way to go. Sign free agents. If the key free agents don't want to come here, then use the available cap space wisely and keep developing these kids. Keep drafting wisely and move forward. That's it.
All right, thanks, man. I feel you, man, and keep calling in. We'll be paying attention. We'll be paying attention to your draft board too. We're gonna put up a Nothing But Knicks draft board on our website, so that we can get in this, and that's just going to be a fan poll where everybody can vote on who they think is gonna be.
Yeah, because a lot of people are just talking getting AD so we can get KD and Kyrie. Well, that's not going to happen, because if we trade for AD, there goes our cap space. We have only 35 million. We're not going to get Kyrie and KD with $35 million. And on top of that, we have to assemble a complete NBA roster. So it's not going to happen. That's not the way to go. It just doesn't work out. The way to do it is just keep developing and use the free agency, use the cap space to sign free agents wisely. If we don't get KD, and I'm not on the, I don't want Kyrie. I want two-way players. And Kyrie gets injured too much, I don't want him. I want KD and Kawhi. KD and Kawhi, those two I want. If we can't get Kawhi, then KD only. I don't think he's going to come alone, but KD is the way to go. I'm not with Kyrie.
All right. Hey, I appreciate the call, my man.
All right, man.
Appreciate the call. I want to take a quick look at this. We're still doing this draft watch, and then, we're going to move on in a minute. I want to take a quick look at Hoops Hype aggregated mock draft. Now, this is aggregated across different mock drafts from the NBA Draft.net, ESPN, SI.com, The Athletic, Bleacher Report. And when you aggregate everything, this is what you get on Hoops Hype. Zion Williamson, number 1. John Morant, number 2. RJ Barrett, number 3. Cam Reddish, number 4. Jarrett Culver, number 5. Darius Garland, 6. Romeo Langford, 7. Najee Little, 8. Keldon Johnson, 9. Hachimura 10, DeAndre Hunter 11, Jason Hayes 12, and so on and so forth. You guys can look at it. I'm not going to read off all 60, whatever, 70, 80, 90 players. But, you know, we're going to follow this. On my website, you'll be able to go in and any mock draft that's worth mocking is going to be, you'll be able to link to it. You'll be able to check it out. And we'll have our own mock draft that you guys can vote on. We'll have our New York Knicks war room as we get closer to the draft. But this is what the mock drafts look like right now. And let's just hope that the Knicks fall in these top 3. That's where we're going. That's where we need to be at. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get back to my video chat because I know I got some guys that want to get in. I'm going to take this one last call. Calling you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping? Hello? Hello? Guess he missed out. Let's get back. We're going to get back. Let's get back to the video chat. It's getting late, folks. We're going to call it a night. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button. Get a notification whenever I'm live. Drop a video, whatever it is. Make sure you hit it. Hit me with a thumbs up. Share. Make sure you share. Please share. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can share to. Share it. Reddit. Whatever you have, whatever your social media is, share it with other Knicks fans. Let people know about it. All right. I'm going to come around. I see Kareem just joined us. Still got Mark in here. I know Mark wants to talk the draft real quick. So we're going to get to Mark and Kareem. Then we're going to talk about, can the Knicks extend this winning streak?
Quality play.
Mark, I'm on you, Mark. Mark, can you hear me?
But damn, son, I want number 1, and Phoenix is trying.
Nope, Mark can't hear me. I'm going to come to Kareem. I'll come to Kareem. Kareem, what's popping, man? What's good?
What's popping, yo? Peace to the chat. Peace to the video chat. Knicks, we here, baby. Yeah, that was nice. That was sweet.
Yeah,
that was
nice. No doubt.
I know I came in late. I know you already, went through the festivities and all that. It's all good. I know.
Yeah, we talking draft right now.
Yeah, for sure.
What are the Knicks gonna do if we fall outside of that top 5? That's what we're doing right now.
Well, I tell you this though. One thing, everybody in this chat and everybody out there in TV land, as Ralph Crandon would say, one thing that y'all can be sure of, that wherever we land, our scouting is going to pick the best player. You could bet your money on that. Okay. Henry Ellenson. Okay, now. You feel me? I mean, where have they done wrong as far as bringing in players? Every player they brought in has proven to be better than advertised. So I'm just saying, their scouting is Henry Ellison. I was just listening to some MSG on him. I'm just veering off the topic real quick. I just want to give a shout out to the Knicks scouting. You know what I mean? Like, the dude played one game. He had one practice, played one game, came out there, boy, showing his skills, handling the ball, passing, throwing alley-oops. So I'm just saying, wherever we fall, I'm confident that we're going to pick the best player. Me, personally, I'm high on my boy Romeo Langford. That's my guy right there. I think in the right situation, I mean, it's still early. I think by the time the season's over, if he continues to play well, he ain't winning tonight. If he continues to do well, I think by the time the mock draft is done, like right before the draft, I think he might move into that top 3.
Think so?
Because that boy is special, man. That boy, he get his shot off against anybody. He's like leading guards in dunks and points in the paint. Like, and he got a nice stroke. He could create his own shot. That boy is tough, man. He's an alpha. Like, you put him with Kyrie and Durant and have him as another guy that can get his own shot, a young guy that get his own shot, or even if not, just another guy that can get his own shot. The boy's big. He's like 6'6", 6'7". I mean, he's tough, man. I like Romeo Langford a lot, man.
All right. Well, what we're gonna be doing, man. We're gonna be diving deep into some of these players, breaking down players. We're gonna have on my website, and I'll be bringing it up here onto the board. But we're gonna have our own mock draft. Everything is, so people can go in, vote on the mock draft, and it'll move up or down based on how the way everyone votes and all that kind of stuff. But we're gonna take a deep dive into the draft this year, and really talk about these players and set up our own little war room on what the Knicks are gonna do. So that's what's up.
No doubt,
man.
that's what's up.
Yeah. All right, let me get the Mark. Let me get the Mark, because Mark, Mark be going, and then when I get to him, he ain't ready. Mark,
I'm ready now.
All right.
Yo.
So
listen.
Talk to us about the draft, man. Talk to us about the draft.
Yo, if it ain't one, I'm trading out because. Listen, I will legit break down if we take RJ Barrett. I would legit die. I don't no. I don't care if he's putting up 30. He's one of those players if he's not going in the game, he's just bad. He's like a black hole. I watched too many Duke games where if he's not hot, he jack up shots. Don't put him and Cam Reddish shooting in the same sentence. No.
46% from the field, not efficient? That's not efficient?
I don't care what the numbers is telling me. When you watch RJ Barrett, when you watch him, if he's not hot, he goes haywire. He goes black hole. No. I was watching him tonight. No. And the only reason why Cam looked the way he looks, because he's put in a role, because he's the best shooter on that team and the best shooter in the country at that. But before Zion and thing, RJ Barrett signed there first. And if you watch RJ before, his skill set is way better than RJ's. Way better than RJ's. It was just like Tatum and Duke. No one thought Tatum was going to be good. But when I saw him, he was able to score on all three levels. With RJ, with Cam Reddish, he has the ability to pass the ball like naturally. He's a natural playmaker. And then he became a better shooter in college than when he was in high school, because he wasn't known for a shooter at all. And you can ask right that. And he became one of the best shooters in college. It's just that he's not in that position that RJ in, because you have to utilize RJ the way they utilize him right now. Because if you don't, you're not going to get that type of RJ that he's displaying right now.
I mean,
if he does not have the ball,
I don't know.
He's not that good.
I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know. I look at Cam Reddish and I see, I get worried about his shot selection. Look, he shoots 30%.
He's from Canada. I don't want Canada players. They too soft. I don't like Canada players. God. I'm biased.
All right, you be biased, man. You be biased.
But listen, if it's not Zion, man, we trade out, man. We trade out because I would trade. I would call Atlanta. Atlanta will be a team that we'll probably get because they have two picks in the first 10. And they would love someone like RJ, because RJ would fit their style of play, because they do need to go get a person that could get a basket, and RJ could fit that for Atlanta. Mm-hmm. But I don't want him for the Knicks. I just don't. No. Cam would be much better because he could complement Kyrie and Kevin Durant, because he don't need the ball. But when he does have the ball, he can make playmaking ability better than RJ. I think his IQ is better than RJ's, to me.
I don't know. I don't think his IQ is better than RJ's. I mean, listen, you put players on the team. Cream is gonna come to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Not all the time, Sim. Not all the time. Not all of the time.
I don't know.
It don't work like that in college, bro. He's put in a position because they don't have other better shooters than him. So they put him in a position where he has to shoot. He becomes a shooter.
He shoots 35% from the field. I mean, I understand the type of player that he is. Right? He shoots 35% from the field, 33% from three. RJ Barrett shoots 33% from three, 46% from the field.
RJ's a jacker, bro. I watched him so much. For the last 3 weeks I've been watching him. He's a jacker, bro.
I mean, I'm not saying
he's a jacker.
Okay, he shoots shots, but he's shooting efficient. Maybe not from three. 33% could be better, right? But he's shooting efficient. More efficient than Cam.
And what makes that Duke team go to make it good? That's why RJ looked the way it's Zion. It just covers up a lot of RJ's problem. RJ is a black hole, bro. I don't want it. That's just me. Okay. I don't care if anybody agree with me, but I think RJ is just a black hole to me.
I mean, all right. I mean,
but other than that, this draft trash after the top 4.
After the top 4 or 5 players,
the hell?
Top of the 4
it's just
players,
like what the hell?
You know, could get a little bit rough. But you know what? You never know when someone's gonna climb and someone's gonna. We'll see how people perform.
But that's why I'm waiting for the tournament.
Yeah, we see how people perform in the tournament. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens then. You know, that's when you can really gauge. That's when you can really gauge these guys. You know what I mean?
Because before my man Bobo got hurt, I would have took him in a heartbeat. If anybody know about Bobo would have been the choice for me if we was out of the first pick. If he was out of the first pick, I would have been okay taking Bobo.
Yeah. But look,
Bobo got skills.
I'm gonna say this though, Mark.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett, his last 3 games, 30 points.
No, he's been cooking. No, he's been cooking.
Listen, 30 points, 7 assists, 80% from the field last game. 80% from the field, 40% from 3. 80%, 12 for 15. The game before that, 33 points, 8 for 11 from the field. That's not a black hole to me. 11 shots, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. The game before that, 23 points, 10 assists, 11 rebounds, triple-double, 8 for 17 from the field, 47%. I don't know, man.
All right, you know what it is? You know what it is? It depends. It depends on if supposedly KD thing don't come. I'll probably take RJ. Because he has to be put in a position where he has the ball in his hand. He's not one of these players that can play off the ball. So that's why I'm looking for a player more that can play on and off the ball.
I understand that.
And with RJ, also, if he don't have the ball, it's.
I understand that. But also, well, first of all, we're gonna be in the draft before we know if we're gonna get KD or anyone, right?
Oh yeah. Before May's the day.
Yeah, so you got the draft.
Hell.
I mean, the draft is June, and then, but also you got to look at. I know what you're saying. You're saying, okay, if you don't get Durant, then you want to have, maybe you want to have.
I'll take RJ. I would take RJ.
But Durant. But hold up. But Durant's 31 years old, right? You're gonna need someone.
Yeah.
If you don't get that number 1 pick, Durant's 31. You're gonna need someone when Durant's ready to retire in another 4 or 5 years that can take over that mantle. And maybe RJ Barrett could be that guy. If you don't get the number 1 pick, maybe RJ Barrett could be that guy.
Like, you know what it is with RJ? It's a high reward, but boy, oh boy, he can crash. Like he can literally crash, bro. Mm-hmm. It's like he's a gamer. I'm not gonna take that away from him. He's a gamer. He's competitive, but for the style of play that I want the Knicks to play with, I can't have a ball dominant person like that. I can't. And it's not like he does anything else without the ball. He don't cut as much. He doesn't do the necessary things without the ball. Okay. That's why I would take RJ more because of his skill set and what he could do more, especially more as a playmaker. Yeah, RJ averaged 7 assists. That's because he has the damn ball too much. That's because he has the ball, but that don't mean he's a natural passer. It's not a natural. He's just a scorer. He's just a complete scorer. He go and gets it. That's why it would be perfect to trade down if Atlanta would want him. It would be Atlanta because Trae Young ain't a go-to guy or John Collins. RJ is more of a go-to guy if to surround him with those type of talent. But for the Knicks, no, we need someone that's more complimentary, that can handle the ball from time to time, that can shoot, and that can play off the ball. And that is Reddish. That is Reddish. And the Culver kid too. If we end up picking 5, he's probably someone I would pick because he has he reminds me of Klay Thompson in college. He will be good amongst cerebral talent. If you have great talent around him, he could be a very high quality player because he plays the game right.
All right.
But other than that,
real quick, Bart. Do the Knicks continue their winning streak versus Cleveland?
Well, it's so funny. When I watch them, when I'm rooting for them, when I'm watching TV, it's cool to get the win. But Jesus Christ, Sim, we just need that number. Listen, we didn't come this far not to get number one.
Come on, man.
Seriously.
Don't do it. Listen. We went over the schedule. We went over what the March schedule is, man. Let's support the guys.
Son.
Let's support these dudes and push them to win games. And don't be afraid to support them because they play a tough schedule.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be that bottom three. Anyway.
Listen. I'm not mad if they win. I'm not mad if they win. But like Rasheed Wallace, play hard, but make sure you tank, cause it's Zion or bust, man. I need that. Man. I need that guy. I need Zion. I'm sorry. Play hard, but tank smart.
All right, man.
That's it.
Come on,
That's
it. Mark is a tankster wankster. All right, Isaiah, I'm coming to you, man. Give me your take. Go ahead and say what you was gonna say, then give me your take on, do we extend this winning streak?
Well, you know what it is, Sim. Me personally, I disagree with Mark about RJ Barrett because there's been multiple games where RJ Barrett has had, 5, 6, 7. He's
10,
flirted
13
with
assists.
He's flirted with triple doubles, and he had one actually. He's the 4th Duke player to have one in history. So I mean, to me, and I said it before earlier. I said to me, when Cam's full potential is that he's a natural. I personally think he's a natural passer. I think he scores a lot because let's keep it real. If you actually watch the Duke games, besides Cam, Zion, and Zion, their team's really, and Trey Jones, I like Trey Jones, their team's not that talented. And, besides Cam Reddish, he's really the only one that's a shooter. So when RJ actually passes, he's not really the open shooters, it's more to Zion and more to guys in the paint. Now in the NBA, it's going to be a little bit different because he's going to have shooters around him. And like I said before, I think he's a really natural passer, and his potential to me, he's going to be definitely I see he can be a little bit of Bradley Beal as far as, averaging like the rebounds and assists. Because I could see, I wouldn't be surprised if RJ gets like 5 or 7 or 6 in his prime. I just think he's that good of a passer, in my opinion. But like I said, I watch all the Duke games just to analyze, Zion and Cam and RJ. And I said RJ, I like RJ with the ball in his hands. Now, does he take inefficient shots sometimes? Yeah, he does. But you can't argue the stats that he takes 40. He's shooting 46%. You can't disregard that and say, he's not a good shooter. He has games where he chucks, but 46% says it all. And I do agree with you too, Sim, with Cam, because I was high on Cam in the beginning, but then I'm looking at Cam and it's like, if the Knicks selected, you know what I'm really scared of? I'm scared of his confidence, Sim. Because I've seen stretches in Duke where he just couldn't buy a bucket, and you could just see his body language, the confidence.
Yeah. I mean, he shoots. He's that Tim Hardaway. He's that John Starks. He's that kind of guy.
What's crazy, Sim, and that's funny because I remember I was comparing RJ in the beginning in this videos. I was comparing RJ to Tim Hardaway.
No,
but
I'm
now that I've been watching
about
games,
Cam. I'm talking about Cam.
Oh no! I know I heard you, but I was saying that about RJ. But now watching the games, RJ and Tim Hardaway are far apart. But I do see what you're talking about with Cam with Tim Hardaway Jr.
But anyway, we're gonna get back. We're gonna talk more draft on next stream.
I was telling people you gotta be patient with you, Sam. You was telling us about it, but I was trying to tell people stop asking my man about it. I didn't want to smack him for you. I didn't want to mollywop him. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I didn't want to mollywop him for. But you know what? The draft is here. Everybody needs to mark their calendar May 14th. That's the big day for us. That's when we find out when we select. So May 14th, everybody mark the calendar, man.
Yeah. I plan on being live when we I plan on being live for that too. Yeah. But anyway, back to the New York Knicks. Do we extend the winning streak versus Cleveland?
Yes, we do. Sorry, it takes the wings. Yeah, we do.
We do. All right.
We're playing good. We're playing good. We're playing confidence. And I'm with you, man. You my dad. I'm with you to the end, pops. But I'm with you, man. With these kids is playing. These kids are playing hard, man. Let them reap the benefit of working hard, man. These kids have lost 48 games. Yeah. They lost 48 games, man. Come on, I understand what people are saying, but look, the year we lost we won 17 games. We got to thank God that we picked KP over Jahlil Okafor. So just let the basketball guys do what they do. We will be fine regardless.
No doubt.
Just trust it, man, and just enjoy it, man. Like we're watching this kid, Mitchell Robinson, that doesn't know what he's doing.
No doubt.
He's doing something amazing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Come on, I'll enjoy it, man.
All right, man. I'm about to head off. I'm gonna get around to everyone, get their take on do we extend the streak, and then I'm out of here. Romeo, what do you think?
Yeah.
Do we extend the streak?
Definitely.
We beat Cleveland?
I think we extend the streak. We got two big point guards that are playing well. We got a big man who can shoot, and Ellison. I think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna have a night like this every night, but he was a good player in college. I always liked the guy, so I'm happy he's here. Mitch is going off. He's making it a no-fly zone in the paint. Yeah. Guys are getting in the paint and not even looking to shoot. they going around, going through the paint, and coming back to the other side now.
Right.
So we just got to get this rebounding, man. There was a lot of offensive rebounds they giving up, man. We need a. Is Vonleh hurt?
Nah, he's not hurt. He's just not getting the burn that he was getting earlier in the season. I think they kind of soured on him. a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean we need some muscle in there too, man.
We did win the rebounding battle tonight, though. We won. I think it was like 51-49 or something. We won the rebounding battle tonight.
Okay. What about offensive rebounds, though, man? We were giving up.
I didn't look.
A lot of second and third shots.
Yeah.
I think we could beat Cleveland. Yeah. Okay. With this squad.
Yeah. It's a different team than the last time we played.
Yep, it's a different team.
Totally different team.
It's a different team.
Yeah, without a doubt.
There's a drive and an aggression now at the point guard position. Whether it's DSJ or Moutier, they putting pressure.
And that's the one thing, man. Dennis Smith Jr. brings a different type of aggression, attack mode it boils over to everyone else on the team. Yeah, no doubt.
And they both got size.
Right. Yeah.
They're both NBA bodies. Matter of fact, all we got is NBA bodies out there now.
Yeah, we got some people that can hoop out there. We got NBA bodies out there, man. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
And like we looked at earlier,
we got some athletes.
In February, the Knicks are 9th in the league in defensive rating since the beginning of the month. So we'll see how that continues. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, man.
We see development, brother. Development.
That's right. Development.
Maybe not victories, but development.
That's it. I see you next time, man. I'm about to get around and get everybody's take on New York.
All right, everyone.
All right. Take care of that equation back there.
Peace.
Folks, just this is, I'm going to blow this up real quick. It's kind of blurry, but this is the equation. This is the equation to the Knicks.
This is the secret sauce, brother.
That's it. That's the secret sauce right there behind Romeo Dre. That is the equation to the Knicks winning the championship. So yeah, that's it right there.
All right. Yeah. Peace, everybody. Be safe out there.
Peace, man. No doubt.
It's rabbit season.
What's your take, man? Do the Knicks extend the winning streak? Kareem, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, do we extend that winning streak against Cleveland?
All right, let me say this, man. For all the people out there that been giving my man Fizdale a tough time, man. I think it's time that we start giving this guy some respect. That he knows, even if we don't know what he's doing, he knows what he's doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't like the fact that Moutier got more minutes than Dennis Smith Jr. But Fizdale know what he's doing. They got the win. I can't say nothing. And with that being said, dang. Oh yeah, Mark. Yeah, you wilding about Barrett too, man. Because people. I'm saying, but hold up, Barrett. People gotta remember, Barrett is a big boy. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no little dude forcing up shots. He over there getting the body contact, forcing the action, making dudes, and he likes the contact. He's 6'8", and he's a lefty. So you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of things about his game. It's not just about numbers, and not just this boy can ball. Like he's an alpha male. And like he said, he's a go guy. How many in college can you say is a go-to guy? Like he's bringing them up and tearing them down at the same time. Like I understand he got his preference, but hey, I'm saying don't talk bad about Barrett, man. That boy, he gonna shut you up real quick when he gets to the NBA. He gonna shut you up, boy.
Yeah.
But other than that, yo, man, we tough right now, B. Yo, we really tough. I mean, I watched the game today. We didn't look like we was gonna win that game, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like at no point until. You know what I mean? Like, them boys was giving us the business. They was catching everyone's clapping their hands like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was getting big on us.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, we took that on the chin. Like, all right, what's good, though? Like, that's all you got? Like, after a while, we took it out of them. And that's, like you said earlier, that's a playoff-bound team. Like, they're not trying to lose nothing. So, you know, big kudos to the coaching staff, to the players responding. And with that being said, man, damn, bruh. Listen, as long as we in the bottom three, as far as the tanks and winks is, we got a 14% chance, and let the chips fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? Let the basketball gods bless us for doing everything the right way. You know what I mean? So yeah, I ain't gonna get too cocky. But yeah, I think we're gonna beat Cleveland because we tough right now.
Yeah,
we tough. I mean, this boy Robinson, B. Yo, man,
he's balling out his mind right now. He's
listen. This boy. Before he was jumping, now he's seeing the ball.
Yeah.
Now he's reacting. You know what I'm saying? And his instincts, and he's like when he blocked my God, when he blocked Gordon's three and then blocked him at the rim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Oh.
No doubt.
Bro. Yo, put him on Kevin Love and we winning by 20. You feel me?
All right, man.
And that boy, and like Romeo Dredd said, yo, that boy Ellison, the new addition. You know what I'm saying? The new addition, Bobby Brown. I don't know, maybe that's Johnny Gill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The new addition. That's Johnny Gill right there, baby.
Yeah.
Yo, my man Johnny Gill, he hitting them high notes, man. Yo, he's a good. Yo, listen, let me tell you, I mean, like you said, he's a good player. He just didn't get his opportunity. He's a good player. He has size. He's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could have been a lottery pick. He went to 18th, and maybe that's the reason why he went 18th, because he just wasn't ready. But don't doubt the boy's skill. You've seen him bounce passes. You've seen the alley-oops. You've seen the shots with confidence, with the game on the line. Like, oh, yeah, I just showed up. I'm here. But I'm on a 10-day contract, so let's get it cooking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Fizdale, I don't know if you heard Fizdale in the post game. He spoke highly of him. Talked about him, and he missed his first 2 shots in practice. After that, he played well. He played the first game for us, gave us some little spot minutes. He said the next practice, he killed. He said, and then he came out here and it showed in the game. He said, and I'm gonna keep filling him up. Same thing he said about Robinson. So Robinson is making history right now. I'm gonna make sure I keep my foot way up his butt so that he keep doing what he's doing. Like, yo, we rolling, baby. We rolling. Yeah, Cleveland got problems. New York Knicks, baby. You feel me?
No doubt. Yeah. Hey, you gotta love it when the Knicks win, man. When the Knicks win, we get pumped. We ready to rock. Nate, what do you think, man? Real quick.
Yeah, man. I think we do extend the winning streak. We're playing really good, and I mean, you mentioned earlier, man, the defense is playing better, and offensively, if we just make a decent percentage, like 41, 42, I mean, we're going to be in the game. I think we shot 30-something% tonight, and we still won.
Shot 42% tonight. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, but at one point we were like at 38 or something like that, and I guess we got hot in the fourth quarter. But you know what? We held Orlando 4 minutes without a basket.
Yeah. You say that again? You said what?
I said. I think at one point we held Orlando with 4 minutes without a basket in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And that's really what sparked our comeback. And the thing is, I mean, if we're gonna win ugly, I mean, we're gonna have to play defense. And tonight, I mean, we were locked in on the defensive end in the fourth quarter. I mean, we pretty much, put Mitch on Vucevic and made him make difficult shots, and everybody else, we just kind of stayed on our guy. And so, we just got to keep up the good defense. I mean, that's the only way we're going to have a chance of winning.
That's it.
Yeah,
and like I said, we're ninth in the league in defense since February 1st. So we'll see if we can keep it up. All right, let me get over here. Ant Wright, what do you think?
I mean, in regards to tomorrow, quite honestly, it's to the point that we probably is gonna win, but it's not even that anymore. I feel like I'm just eager to see what Mitchell Robinson's about to do. It's kind of reminiscent to last year, early in the season when Porzingis went on that scoring spree. Mm-hmm. But now we have somebody that's doing it, but on the defense.
Right.
Yeah. RIP to him. But we have someone doing that same exact little streak, but on the defensive side, which is even more exciting. So, I mean, in regards to tomorrow, I mean, whatever happens. But I'm just eager to see how Mitch progresses. Like, that is the highlight of my day now. Like, what is he about to do? You know? So
okay. Yeah, because every game he's getting better and better every single game, man.
Scary part. So it's like I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah, every single game, no doubt. All right, Viv, what do you think?
Yep.
We extend the winning streak?
Yeah, probably. We're the Garden, and Cleveland Cavaliers suck. So
yeah, we probably do. Well, look, man, fellas, thank you guys for staying up with me, man, and staying on the line. I'm getting ready to log off. For the record, I think that we do get this win on Friday. I think we're gonna beat the Cavaliers. Then we go out to the West Coast and we see what happens then. But yeah, 3 in a row. That's right. 3 in a row, baby. We trying to get that 3 in a row. Let's do it. Knicks fans, all I want to say is this. Just, to end it off. Don't worry about tanking. The Knicks got a tough schedule ahead of us anyway. Let's just worry about these guys playing well. Right? And building the type of culture that we want to build. Defense oriented. Since February 1st, we're 9th in the league. And see if we can continue that. Let's continue to help these guys' confidence grow. That's what we want. We want their confidence to grow. And one of the best ways for their confidence to grow is they've got to win a couple of games. Got to win a couple games. You know what I'm saying? Win a couple of games, your confidence grows, they get better. That's what we want. We continue to have a losing mentality, we'll continue to lose. That's my opinion on it. But I think we're going to beat Cleveland. Be on a 3-game win streak, then we'll take it to the West Coast. Right? I'll be back on Friday night, folks. Listen, basketball season, it's over. AAU is starting up. If I can do pregame, I will do pregame. If not, then then I'm going to be here postgame. I'm going to have stuff on my website and things like that coming up as far as mock drafts and all that kind of stuff. All right. And, of course, this debate. I've been talking about it for a while, but trying to time it, wanted to time it with March Madness, so we're coming for it. Anyway, I'm out. I will see you guys Friday night. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Notification. Ring the notification bell. Get a notification whenever I go live. And share on all your social media. All right. I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. I'll catch y'all Friday.